Everybody finding it all right to get back online?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then, just so I remember who is who, Peridot is obviously Baka.
Hi.
Dusk is then going to be Rich.
Yeah.
Ezra is Luke.
Yeah.
And then Robin is Rexus.
Yes. Wait, I can do that better. Ah, fuck.
Yes. Okay.
Let's see.
Whose voice was that?
Rexus is probably playing with his voice changer or something.
Holy shit.
I haven't figured it out
Oh,
yet.
wow. That's fancy.
So
Oh, I want one.
There we go. How does this sound?
okay, let me try it. I'll be right back.
What?
Oh, okay.
Does it sound very, very bad?
It's very high pitched.
Yeah, you might
Like-
have to talk slowly.
Let's be fast.
Yeah, that's really fast.
I can take that one out and
That's understandable if you speak that slowly. It's
Yeah.
just such a high pitch. It's really that's worse.
How's
What
that?
is this?
How's that? How's the beer? I am a tiny furry.
I think we're about one step away from summoning Satan at this point.
This is bad. Oh no. No. Oh Christ.
Sorry.
That was chaotic.
Does this work for me?
Help.
Hey, there we go.
That's understandable. Oh, okay.
Oh, I'm getting feedback.
I'm not sure from whom.
Yo.
It's Packer.
Hello?
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What feedback are you guys
We were
getting?
getting feedback from you.
What kind of feedback?
Not at all.
Nothing. No.
Just
Okay.
before.
Yes.
Okay.
Anyway,
Uh,
I'm not gonna be using that for now.
It's fine. Rexus, are you good getting online?
Oh yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
It's fine.
Baka, we're hearing the echo again now.
Echo again. This better?
Something?
Probably on her phone because of the internet.
No, I'm on my
Ah.
normal. I'm on my normal internet.
Oh.
Because they're both the same, so.
Find the link.
Okay.
Games. There we go. Loading in. Oh, where did I put Robin? There we go.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to session 1 officially of Curse of Strahd.
Exciting.
I hope this will be a great deal of fun. A little bit intense, scary, and more than a little bit challenging without being, well, it's Strahd, I'd say, without being too bad.
Kill us, will he never catch them?
could not understand that at all.
No, not a word.
That bad? Oh boy.
Oh yeah. So to get us,
I
Do you
don't
know how high
Look.
fast mutational?
Mm.
that's kind of oscillating up and down, like changing the pitch with every word. That's it's
Oh,
Sorry.
run, bro.
Uh,
Yeah, that was the wrong button. Hey, you're mad at me. Oh yeah. How about? Okay, so fast mutation is doesn't has problems. I never heard it myself. I don't. I need to see how I can hear it myself somehow. Let's see. No.
okay. Do we need to get anything else sorted, or are we?
Understandable.
Oh,
That's understandable, you say.
that's really difficult to understand. I'm sorry.
And just. How much is that then?
That's clear enough. Again, probably need to talk a little bit slowly, but otherwise it's clear enough.
In character, I'll talk really fast, but I'll explain out of character if necessary. In character, I speak fast. Really fast.
I'm gonna play the NPCs as though you're speaking that fast. Just be warned.
That I'm pretty sure I would be more understandable depending on like if it was like if someone was actually in front of me, and even with that high pitched voice and with that fast pace, it would be a lot more understandable than over microphone and a lot of stuff. Wait. How about let's see, check.
How would that be now? More clear?
Significantly better, at least on my end. How's it for everybody else?
yeah, better.
Then it was then the problem. The problem was my microphone didn't catch up with it fully.
Did I scare someone off?
Luke has left the chat.
Yeah. Oops.
That's enough.
Okay, I just
Welcome
need to welcome back. I just needed to switch to my good microphone then.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. All right. Just a quick, that is completely not understandable.
We'll stick with the custom pitch.
Cool. Okay. Rexus, are you good to go?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Baka, you good to go as much as possible at least today?
Yes, I'm ready to go.
Okay. Luke, how are you? You good to
Yeah.
go? And Rich, you good to
Good to
go?
go.
Okay. So, to kick this module off, situated on the eastern Sword Coast at the convergence point where two rivers join before running out into the Sea of Swords is the aptly named settlement of Two Rivers Meet, which is a small town, barely more than a village, reliant on a handful of local farms, game hunting, fishing, and in no small amount on passing ferry trade. Two Rivers is a friendly and normally welcoming community.
Ferry trade? That's illegal. Wait, sorry.
Over the recent month, a pall has fallen on this town, and nearby settlements have heard tales of a vengeful ghost spiriting away the children of Two Rivers. Belkin Bormos, renowned ghost hunter and author of many novels, has arrived on the scene and posted requests for muscle. As an unseen gloom shrouds the people of Two Rivers. A little before noon on the second day since Bormos arrived, a shadow darkens the road outside of the River Run Inn. And to kick things off, dusk. Would you introduce yourself, please?
Okay, 1 second. Let me find the piece that I wrote because I can't remember off the top of my head. Just a second. Okay. So Dusk, like many tieflings, travels the land facing constant disdain from the townsfolk of most places, owing, in large, to his grey demon appearance. But this does not concern him. He walks around unhooded for the most part, letting his attractive, useful face be seen by everyone. He wears gold bands around his horns, something he's asked about a lot, and to which he gives varying answers, and numerous golden rings in his ears and through his nose. He doesn't trust people, and they don't really trust him, but once in a while they call upon his dark magic to restore the ill or even bring back the dead. Of course, this depends on the price being right. He doesn't often concern himself with most folk. His only desire is to please his patron, Gilgaam, who has bestowed upon him knowledge of necromantic magic. Dusk strives to push the boundaries of life and death. His goal isn't immortality, but if it is a byproduct, then he isn't going to complain. Throughout the years, he has travelled far and wide in search of tombs which possess the secrets of preserving and restoring life. Good or evil, it doesn't matter. Knowledge is power.
Wow.
Okay.
I feel like
Well-
I'm so lackluster because I'll just talk everything down from the top of my head.
It's honestly really nice from a DM point of view that you've got a solid idea for a character, and I hope it's able to play out. But Dusk,
Yeah.
walking through this little town along the riverside, you find yourself approaching a sturdy wooden door, currently mostly ajar, allowing you to hear the sounds of a fairly subdued tavern. You should be able to click your token and drag it. And that would be how you can move.
Yeah.
Is this a zoom out map?
There we go.
Yeah.
No, you don't have your tokens aren't on there yet, so only he can see.
Ah,
Okay.
Walking through the door, I'm going to put some tavern music on.
the green dragon.
Have a check that the Groovy Bot isn't too loud for people. Some of the music will be louder than others, but walking through, there is a fairly large, dark-skinned man in the middle of cleaning a set of tankards behind the bar. It doesn't look like there's been much custom today, as it is near noon, and besides yourself, there only appears to be 4 other punters. There is a very colourfully dressed man sat alone at a table, currently digging into what looks to be a thick cut of steak. Sat at a table above him playing a game of cards, there's a couple of what look to be local men, too casually dressed to have come from afar. Above them, sat in front of the fire, warming himself on what's already a fairly warm day, is a fairly lanky-looking wood elven man. Scar along his face, that suggests less a weapon injury and more a mauling. Young woman flits around the bar, flits around the inn as to everybody there is, which isn't many, delivering drinks, chatting a little bit. There seems to be a bit of a weight on this place, on these people. But as you walk through the door, bartender looks up, takes in your horns, and gives you a nod and a thin lip smile.
Just out of character, how do I turn the bot music down a little bit?
Right. Click
Okay.
it.
Yep.
I have mine on about 25-30%.
I have mine on 6.
Have you done it? Richard. Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Okay, right. Yeah,
By
I
the way,
managed to.
I wanted to say I just bought some stainless steel drawers, and I'm happy.
Ooh.
Right.
Very nice.
You managed to sort your groovy, Rich.
Yeah, I've quietened it down. Rexus is a little quiet though.
That's just because I wasn't close to the microphone. Don't worry.
Oh, okay, cool. Right. Okay, back in character. So Dusk heads up to the barman.
Not yet. The barman's acknowledged him and given him a welcoming a smile as you think you're going to get.
Okay. So can I go and order a drink?
If you would like to.
Okay. I'll have a pint of ale, please, barman.
Lad. He'll pull one of the freshly cleaned tankards, fill it with ale. It's 2 copper pieces to you. He'll look you up and down. Traveller?
He digs into his pocket and pulls out the 2 copper, places it on the bar, and then walks over to the table just to the left of the door.
Okay.
That one.
So he has a booth.
There's a booth. And he puts the tankard of ale on the table, gets out a book, and just passively reads it while observing some of the other patrons.
Okay. As you were ordering your drink and making your way to the table, the barmaid will have noticed you, giving you a much bigger, broader smile. The guys playing cards, giving you a glance. One of their eyes lingering a bit longer on your horns, although looking a bit more closely, probably was more looking at the gold. The wood elf next to the fire seems to be asleep, and the colourfully dressed man eating his steak doesn't seem to notice anything going on around him. He's one of them. A couple of minutes go by. You sat there reading, looking, and from the other side of the door, another shadow darkens the road. As a little bit behind, Ezra arrives.
Exciting.
Would you introduce yourself, please?
Mine's not as good as yours. Oh, what should I tell you? Just like my appearance, or
Yeah,
more than that?
as much as you'd like.
I'll just read the first bit of my paragraph. So, born to a cleric mother and a paladin father, close to Baldur's Gate, Ezra was raised to follow the light. As he reached adulthood, he was shown a vision by his deity forewarning him of a great evil rising, and showing him the chaos and hurt that this evil had caused. Said evil's form was obscured in the shadow, but from that point on, Ezra followed the path of vengeance to prevent this evil from rising and condemning it for its actions by whatever means necessary. I've previously met Dusk on a quest of my own.
And you will recognize him as you walk through the door.
Yep, so I'm just 6 foot, 26-year-old. I have 1 gold eye, 1 blue eye, and my hair is white. I'm attractive. So I'll enter the pub.
Seeing you arrive, the bartender will look up again. With a little bit of a start. Used to getting the odd visitor, maybe, but 2 very much outsiders, so close to each other. But he gives you a smile, not quite so thin-lipped in your case,
Okay.
and acknowledges your existence.
I'll just walk over to Dusk, ask him, what did you order?
Just ordered ale, Ezra. What else do
Ale.
you order in a pub?
True. and then I'll sheepishly walk away to the bartender. I'll ask him if they do anything else other than ale.
Yeah. We've got local ale, barley ale. It's all right. We've got mead. We're running out of that though. It's getting late in the season. We're gonna have to brew some more. We've got some stronger stuff. We've got some. Well, I'd call it wine, but the folk who order it are usually a bit disappointed.
Do you have any spirits?
Oh yeah, we're a farming county, lad. We've got spirits, vodka, rye whiskey. What'd you like?
Out of character, lemonade doesn't exist, right?
No.
What would I mix
I thi-
vodka with? Do you mix in D&D?
Up to you. I mean, there's carbonated water. There's like
Okay,
juices.
we'll do that.
There's a lot of
Rye
stuff that
whiskey,
gets
rye whiskey, rye
done
whiskey,
by
I
magic
try.
that we do with technology.
Okay, so
No.
what would you call it? You wouldn't call it soda, would you?
I'd call it sweetened lemon juice. Just fruit juice.
I'll have a vodka and a fruit juice, please.
All right. We've got local berries. We've crushed a juice. We usually give it to the children, but
I'll take it.
right you are. Vodka juice. That's 4 copper to you, please.
Fine. I'll pass over the copper, make my way back to the booth, and just sit silently, looking around.
Okay. You arrive. You have slightly heavier footsteps, slightly taller, a bit more of a presence, at least to most people. Even so, the two who are playing cards again notice you, look you up and down, but you don't seem to be wearing anything overtly gold or valuable. You don't have horns, so their attention wanes pretty quickly. The wood elf next to the fire snorts a little bit, seems to stir just for a second, then starts snoring again. And the barmaid looks you up and down, smiles a bit differently, but carries on about her work.
Who's this?
That is the colourful looking chap who doesn't notice a thing because he's currently wrestling with a pretty tough looking bit of steak.
Right, okay. Cool.
Okay. Again, a few minutes go by. Then, just outside the door, it's a slight buzzing sound, a bit too big to be a bee, but too small to be any kind of bird, like large bird. But the air is definitely being disturbed as Peridot. Not quite your shadow, not quite darkening the road as you're flying above it. The riverside is in front of you. What would you like to do?
I would like to see if there's any flowers around first. Before entering.
By the roadside,
Like over. Like,
maybe 10 paces behind you.
Yeah.
Yeah, there'll be wildflowers around the road.
So I'm going to make a flower crown for myself first.
Okay. Local flowers would be like daisies, sunflowers, wildflowers of varying kinds. It's a river town near mountains, so if that gives you any inspiration.
Yeah. But yeah, you can't see her yet, but she's this smallish greenish person with burnt orange hair and eyes, and she has silvery green wings that glitter behind her. Sparkle and check what else. The racial thingy. Nah. She kind of smells like brownies. She just
Like brownies.
brownies, cookies. I'll chocolate or whatever that's called. I mean, I
Mhm.
think there was one in a description that I could choose what kind of thing if I had an aura around me or something like that somewhere. I chose this to smell of
You can also have
brownness.
multiple.
But yeah, she's just flittering left and right, gathering the flowers, making herself the flower crown, and then entering the inn because she's getting just a little bit cold to get somewhere warm.
Okay. As you fly through the door, it is indeed a little bit warmer inside. Fire by the top right of the room. It's warming the room quite nicely, and it is near noon, so it's keeping the heat inside as well.
Cool.
As with the others, you see the colourfully dressed man wrestling with a steak. However, in your case, as he's currently trying to chew through a mouthful of whatever he's got, he sees you, glances away, makes a start, looks back, and
I
through his
wiggle my
mouthful,
fingers at him.
smiles a little bit and nods. He wriggles his fingers back at you and goes back to eating.
And I flitter all the way to sit on top of the fireplace just to warm myself up a bit.
The eyes of the innkeeper, the barmaid, the two guys playing cards, all follow you as they've all got this look of seeing something for the first time. Like you're seeing something that you've heard fairy tales of since you were a little kid, and you never thought it was real.
I wriggle my fingers at them as well. Hello. Just warming myself up a bit. Hope you don't mind.
They vigorously shake their heads and go back to their cards and scrubbing a tankard that's very much already clean. Okay. Then a little bit behind you, flittering along the road towards the inn.
But
final member of the group,
quite a bit,
Robin.
but quite a bit more silent.
Sure thing.
I'm just saying, my stealth is +9, and I'm often using that. Kokuba, Coco.
Mm-hmm.
I have a thought, like regarding the size, like how about that? At least in her case, that pretty much just represents often how stealthy she is.
Sure.
Like so small, it's a bit difficult to see. At least if she doesn't want to be seen.
Like when you're stealthing, you're making yourself a bit smaller.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. How big is the keyhole?
The keyhole's about maybe thumb-sized, but the door's currently ajar anyway, so
No,
the door is
just
open.
slip past.
Okay. As you slip in, nobody takes notice of you as everybody is currently out of the corner of their eye tracking Peridot. However, for a couple of seconds, the innkeeper takes a start, and with that just peripheral vision of an innkeeper used to watching a town of drunkards, his eyes train and lock onto you far more quickly than you may be used to.
Donald, just look around. Look around. Not for a long time, actually. Not as long as I'm taking here.
Where did you go? Ah, there.
I did not understand that.
No.
Peridot, where did you go? There you are. God damn it.
Just wanted to warm myself up a bit. And I just What's the word for dangling my feet like like up and down on the fireplace?
Swinging.
Swinging my feet, yeah.
You know, you have to be careful around here. It's difficult here.
But
People don't. I'm not used to us.
but they look so nice.
As your
They look so nice.
they look like local people. The only one that looks maybe a little bit rougher is the scarred elven man. But as described to Dusk, it looks more like a hunting or animal accident than a violence accident. As you're warming yourselves at the fire, the barmaid sways around and comes up to you. Well, aren't you just the most adorable little ones? Can we get you anything, little masters or mistresses? I'm sorry, I can't tell.
It's in my case. Please. Could you get some small glasses of berry juice?
Berry juice, right you are. And what about you, miss? Miss? I'm gonna go with miss.
Miss, yeah, I'm gonna get the same. If that's alright.
Absolutely fine. I think it's 3 copper for a glass of berry juice.
Okay.
Okay. Would you like it here or would you like a table? Did you say table?
Dottie just looks over at her sister.
You like it here in the warmth, right?
You
Yeah,
like the warm here, right?
yeah.
Come here, please. That's
She
Right
also
you
sits
are.
down
Okay.
on the
The barmaid walks over to the bar,
fireplace.
picks up the 2 glasses that the innkeeper was already prepping. He can clearly hear you. Sways back, brief word to one of the 2 card players, and puts them on the edge of their table here for you 2. Collects the copper from the 2 of you. I hope you enjoy your drinks and enjoy your stay.
Thank you.
Don't get many like yourselves. You're welcome. Before heading off and starts having a quiet word with the innkeeper, but a little bit of a chuckle, and maybe cooing just a little bit. So you all have drinks. You've all been introduced. What is anybody doing?
I don't know.
Dusk is still reading his book whilst
Uh,
paying attention to his surroundings.
are there like chandeliers here?
I may not know that word.
Chandelier.
Chandelier.
Oh, chandelier. I thought
No.
you said trambolier. No.
Chandelier.
No. There are sconces in the walls for torches,
What did you just
but there
call
doesn't
me?
seem to be any large central lighting, as there is an upper level.
And no hanging stuff.
No hanging stuff. The ceilings are about 10 foot up.
That's an upper level, you say? But
There is an
like,
upper level.
is it like an upper level which is like just like slightly open, or is it just a second story, pretty much?
It is a second story.
Ah, okay.
And as was pinged, access through these stairs.
Just a quick question: is the map supposed to be revealed or darkened?
It should be revealed where you can see, where your token
okay.
can see.
Yeah.
So if as you, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I can't really see anything.
As you move around, you'll be able to see more.
Okay.
So like if you move your token to the spot here, you should be able to see more of the inn.
Yeah, that's right.
Dynamic lighting. It's cool, but it can be restrictive. And then the second floor is over here on the map, so you can't see that yet. Okay. Well, if everyone is currently settled for a little while,
Mm-hmm.
half an hour will pass as you talk amongst yourselves. The two card players will finish their game, and as midday passes, they'll get up from their seats, wave to the bartender, one of them calling out, "Cheers, Ireland, we'll see you later." And they'll both make their way out of the tavern. The elven man will continue sleeping, and the brightly coloured man will finish his steak, burp loudly, and down his mug of what looks to be ale.
I'll play my fat pan flute
Mm.
to cheer them up.
Go ahead and make a performance roll, please. First roll of the game.
Natural 20.
Come on, come on, come on.
Not bad.
Oh.
It's not bad. It's definitely not bad. As you play off a little melody, people's feet start to tap, start to get with the rhythm. The elven man next to you snorts awake a little bit, looks at you two, shakes his head, rubs his eyes, shakes his head again, and goes back to sleep. Like, ugh, fairies? Oh god, I'm dreaming.
That's the good thing about being a fairy. Everyone who sees you first thinks you're dreaming. Like, if I fail a stealth check and people wake up, I think they're dreaming and go back to sleep.
Carrying a little bit more time goes by, and kind of you pass a point where it's quite obvious that the four of you aren't going anywhere for a while. Noticing this, the brightly coloured man nods over to the bartender, who sighs and nods back for getting up. It's quite a tall man. Did I do a handout for this guy? I should have done a handout for this guy. Yes. No. Yes. Okay.
Is he eyeing us?
He's looking around and like tracking each of the four of you, as well as the elven man. Claps his hands together. Hello, hello. I'm wondering if any of you are here responding to myself. I am Belkin Bormos, and yes, I've been waiting for anyone to respond.
Would we know that is that the ghost man?
He is the ghost hunter, yes.
And it was that audible over here. Could I hear it?
Yes, he's speaking quite loudly.
So I'm gonna nudge Dusk because he's sat next to me now. I'd be like, "This is the guy I'm here for."
I'd guess you'd better go and introduce yourself, Ezra.
I'll do that. So I'll walk over. Is he sat down or is he? Did you say he stood up? Sorry.
He stood up now. So as you walk up to him, you being about 6 foot, you'd be able to tell this is quite a short man, maybe about 5'5", 5'6".
Okay.
He looks up to you and extends his hand.
I'll shake his hand.
His grip is not very strong, but he's very enthusiastic. Pleasure to meet you. What should I call you?
Ezra will do.
Ezra. Very good. Pleasure to meet you. Belkin Momars at your service.
To me.
Robin will get up and start flying around him.
Oh, my dear, sweet. What? Are we being haunted, do you think?
So you are the man who, Oh, you are the man my, tutor spoke. I'm supposed to meet you twice. Hi, I'm Robin.
He'll hold his hand out and shake you a little bit less enthusiastically, as he seems to not want to break you.
Hi, I'm Dottie. I just follow my sister.
Hello. A little bit less hyperactive, I see. Very good. Pleasure to meet you. Welcome home. Is at your service, my lady?
Hi.
Did
I
the
mean-
movement work? Did
Yeah,
what
it
work?
worked. It worked. How did you do that?
Just like you drag when you drag your token when you want to move it. Just instead of just letting go of it, you tip right click once, and
Yeah.
then you just make a point wherever you want to stop. You need to keep the
Like this?
the cursor. Exactly.
Ah, okay. Okay. Okay, now I know how to move.
It's a fun feature.
I mean, I just moved automatically to where I want it to be, but others see where I'm moving.
Yeah.
Cool, cool, cool.
Yep. Ezra. You said Robin. What about yourself, miss? I didn't catch your name.
Dottie. I mean, my
Dottie.
name is
Lovely
Peridot,
name.
but everyone calls me just Dottie, because I don't know why.
Good to tell me. I would have called you Perry. And your friend, Ezra. Your friend. He's, kind of peer past you. Joining us? Not joining us? I
I mean, he might join us at his own pace. I'm assuming.
He gets up
Uh,
slowly and moves to the table
Pleasure to meet you. He'll walk up and hold his hand out.
and sort of takes it very slowly, stares straight at Belkin. Pleasure to meet you.
Very much a pleasure. You're kind of rare in the Sword Coast. It's always wonderful to meet someone with a bit more magic in their blood.
It's a pleasure to meet you as well. Our kind tend to stay away from most normal people.
Yes, but normal people are boring. Don't you think? Very boring. They don't see the world, the forest around them, but the trees.
Very observant of Belkin. And where are you from?
Here and there. Doing this and that. I don't really have a home anymore. It's the whole travelling gig, I suppose.
I know the feeling.
Right. The good innkeeper has been kind enough to allow us to use one of his isolated rooms so that we might talk. Please, if you join me this way.
I like your hunt. Shiny.
Very shiny. Where's that? Sit still.
Belkin walks off hearing you, just winces ever so slightly, and walks into the next room.
Robin will follow. But what room? Didn't see which
Choose
room.
it south.
Ah,
There you go.
Oh. Are we all following? I'll follow.
Dottie will go outside for a quick second to call her owl, Hooty, in, saying, it's safe, you can come in. And then return inside to follow, so that the two of them can follow into the room.
Okay. I'm sorry. There's not many comfy seats in here. I hadn't quite expected so many to take me up.
Robin will stop, like flapping her wings, and just sit down midair, legs crossed.
Oh, that is a cool trick.
And
Quite comfortable for me, actually. I'm fine.
and Peridot will just see where Hooty ends up and just sit on her back.
Okay, so you need an owl familiar token, is that right?
Yes, please.
Okay, give me 2 seconds to sort that.
Mm.
Just wondering, I'm not sure anymore because it's been a while. Small creatures have the same size token as medium creatures, right?
Typically, yes.
Oh no, like it's fine if you want to keep it that way anyway. That's perfectly fine. I'm just curious, actually, because
You occupy the same amount of space in theory.
Yeah.
So yeah. So
yeah,
like
usually
go ahead.
usually buzzing around in that space anyway. He's based buzzing out around annoyingly, even when I'm still.
Fair enough. Okay. For the time being, it's not currently stat written. But you should have access to Hootie now.
Yay.
And actually, let me pull him out. Owls are tiny, aren't they?
Yes, they're tiny.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
And night vision is 60.
Dark
Let me
vision's.
check.
No, I think 120.
Yeah, I think Owl has 60 feet flying and 120 feet dark vision.
Okay.
See, yeah, 120 feet.
Okay.
Passive perception 13. Keen hearing and sight.
There you go.
We just sit next to each other, cuddling each other.
Okay.
Oh, I forgot to describe Robin.
You did, yes.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it was. I didn't hear the usual introduce yourself, so I just totally forgot. Robin is similar size to Peridot or Dottie, and her wings are a bit more sharp than Dottie's, a bit more angular, and her general demeanor, like her clothes, are pretty much as you see on the token. Long blonde hair tied into a ponytail, and a little bow on her back, and a quiver,
Very
and
nice.
a small rapier sitting on her side, which looks at the moment pretty much like the size of a needle.
Is it called Needle?
Possibly. I know what you're thinking of, I think.
A little bit. Okay. As you all settle down into the room, Bulmos brought his ale with him and takes a good swig. Well now, have you heard anything on the road? Anything about the situation in town?
I was just told about something undead going on here, pretty much, and to investigate. That was all the council told me.
I see. Undead, I suppose. The locals have been talking about a ghost, a vengeful spirit of an old woman kidnapping children. It's horrible.
Where's this happening?
In town here, in Two Rivers.
Can you narrow it down, or is it the whole city, all around?
It's not really a city. It's quite small. Everyone knows everyone.
Sorry,
But
village.
as far as I've been able to ascertain, no one's seen a ghost or anything like that. But there have been 3 children go missing over the past week, and it's very strange. And the locals have been telling me about an old crone, a woman called Mathilda, who passed away. She was living in a shack out in the forest. Apparently, the locals had shunned her, kicked her out there, and she'd died with hate in her heart. And it's a common story, a sad story, but it produces ghosts a great deal of the time, I found.
And is that where the children are going missing from?
Don't know. That's actually you kind of get up and lean past the door. Yanak, would you please join us just for a moment? The elven man who was sat by the fire stirs awake, looks over, hauls himself to his feet, and walks into the room with you guys. Almost.
Hello.
Morning.
What's up, Balkan? They're asking They're asking about the disappearances. This is Yanak, one of the senior hunters locally. He's agreed to help me in my investigation. If his knowledge can be of any use to you, he's agreed to help. Yes.
Mr. Sleepyhead.
Yes. Here, the elven man will look at you. Sorry, I didn't hear that.
Mr. Sleepyhead.
Yeah. I'm a night hunter, so I tend to sleep during the day. This for me
Okay.
is like your midnight, so I'm tired.
Good point.
What information do you have on the children?
Quite a bit. They're locals. The first one to vanish was a local girl. Her name's Sally. I think she's like 8 or 9 summers. Her family initially thought she had wandered off. Then they thought she was taken. A couple of days later, a lad called Elliot went missing. He was 11. Local elderly chap says thought he saw him around midnight walking through the streets, but the old geezer's eyesight's not the best, so tried following that line, but he's a little kid, doesn't leave much in the way of tracks. Then, 3 nights gone. A lad called William went missing, 9 years old. His family had gone paranoid by this point. They'd locked his door, locked his window from the inside. Apparently he went missing. Apparently the window is unlocked from the inside, but that's not a window a 9-year-old's opening quietly. Let me tell you that. It's rusty. It's old. His folks would have heard it, and yet he vanished.
Good to know.
Tried following him. Best we've found is I thought I found a few child footprints walking into the old forest. It is in the way of old Mathilda's shack. I've got to give it that. But weren't able to find anything closer. And and that's a good reason to I ain't going out that far. There's nasty shit in that forest.
So
And
nobody's checked the shack.
it's not safe for us to go there. We haven't got many hunters, and I think I'm the only one that's actually got any kind of military experience. So
Nasty stuff is out there.
do you say what are the nasty stuffs out there?
Yeah.
Wolves. Big wolves, dire wolves, they're called. Mountain lions, bears. Some Roman fucking gypsies, Vistana, or whatever they're called. They make their home in the woods whenever they come this way. Don't know. Well, they don't normally cause too much trouble, but they leave a ungodly mess that we have to clean up when they're gone.
They do?
Yeah, they do. Yeah. One local guy says he's sure it's hags. And
Would you be willing to go further into the forest if we came with you?
you look like you can handle yourself. Yeah, if you're going, I'll show you through the woods if you like.
I'll nudge Dusk again and ask him, are you up for it?
Well, that depends entirely. What's the reward for this adventure?
Oh, great. Good thinking.
Yo, Belkin, they're asking about money.
I didn't say money, Hunter.
Oh,
Fair enough. Belkin will chip up. Oh, well, I had planned to pay in good, solid gold, but if there's something else I can do to help you, then, well, if I can help you, I will. Knowledge is power.
What do you have to offer?
My research on the spectral. I have been a hunter of the paranormal for the past 20 years of my life. I've accumulated quite a collection of works and my own writings and notes.
An interesting proposition. And what of the things that we find along the way?
Elaborate, please.
You mean like flowers or
Say we
mushrooms?
go to the old hag's shack and we find her lifelong possessions. Could be anything in there. What's the spoils? How do we share?
Independent of your conversation, Yanak will look towards Dottie. There's plenty of mushrooms in the forest. It's pretty thick undergrowth. You just got to be careful. Some of them are blood violet, then they're poisonous.
Oh,
And, well, I can't speak for the woman's possessions. They're not mine. We'll need something probably to call her back and force her to materialize in this plane. But otherwise, he'll look at Yanak. If she has relatives, I suppose they legally own them. But if she's out there, she had no one. She had no one.
Okay. My main concern was that we would be ripped off along this way.
Aha, I can assure you there. I'm interested in knowledge, and I'm interested in the thrill of the hunt and proving some of my theories. Material possessions are less of a concern, at least to me.
Can I insight check it?
You certainly may.
Okay, bear with me.
Natural 20?
Is it a natural 20?
Right.
Is your first roll 20 roll?
This is my first ever roll, so I don't really know where I'm looking.
Dun, 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 dun,
Are you on your
dun.
character sheet?
I'm on my character sheet.
So just click insight. The words should go red on the left.
Yeah.
Wow!
Very nearly. The guy seems to be missing a few screws, but he also seems to be quite genuine. He's excited, almost like a young kid, despite looking in his late 30s, maybe even his 40s. You even get the impression that he may not have even seen many ghosts, despite having professed to be a hunter for 20 years. That seems honest too. He seems to have. He's got the wear on his face of somebody who's traveled a while, and he doesn't seem to be lying.
Okay, Belkin. I'll come along.
Wonderful! I was expecting you to be a bit harder to persuade, actually. Would anybody else like to negotiate payment, or are you happy with gold?
That's fine.
Gold's good for me.
I don't mind either way. I just want to see where the children have gone missing.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'd help for that sake as well. The last lad to go missing. He's my sister's boy. So, to fully answer the question you asked before, if you're going to find him, I'll help you as much as I can.
Would your other hunters be willing to join?
We've not got many. They also double as the town's guard.
Okay.
We can spare me right now, and I wish it were otherwise, but me alone is basically half of our hunters.
Confident.
Well,
Belkin?
From everything I've heard, he has every reason to be confident. He's a little bit older than he looks. Elven blood, you see. If I remember rightly, Yannick the Night Stalker wrestled a bear.
Ooh.
We'll put that to the test.
The elf will, sigh a little bit. It was a bear I'd stabbed to the throat already. The wrestling was more trying to stop it biting my throat out before it bled out.
I rested a lion once. Though it was a tame one, I think.
Lions, yeah, we get lions sometimes coming down from the mountains. They don't bother us much as long as we're not stupid enough to be on our own in the forest. But sometimes. Alright. He'll look through the window. Seems to be about nearly 13th bell, first bell in the afternoon. I'm gonna go get ready for going out if you like, and when you guys are ready, meet me outside the front of the inn.
Right.
The elf man will leave you.
For fuck's sake.
I'll double check. Is Belkin coming with us, or is he staying behind?
Oh, I am going with you. Every step of the way, I promise.
Good to know. So yeah, I'll start heading over to the door.
Okay. Let me make this so you can control. Actually, does anybody have an image they would like to represent the party token?
Party token. Well, it needs furries on it and 2 non-furries.
Fairy, not furry.
Sorry, northern furries.
Am I? Oh, that's very interesting. My D&D Beyond is acting up.
Why?
I want to adjust one thing on my character sheet. I forgot to do one thing that doesn't properly fit. For fuck's sake!
I can't find any artwork.
The custom
with
background
2
doesn't work.
furries on it.
Why does the custom background not work?
I don't know, I'm afraid.
Like, I choose custom background, everything is set in place. Then I go to my character sheet. Come on. I just tried, like... Fuck. Yeah, I wanted to change the proficiency from inside should more likely be survival.
Insight should be survival.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's pretty much it. Because, like, I would get standard from the path traveler. I would get insight, but survival fits more.
That's fine.
Then I'll just do it. I can still edit it manually, but it just doesn't seem to keep the custom background in. It just goes back to the far traveler or whatever it can find. There we go.
I can't find one, so any will do.
Okay, then, for want of a better option for the time being, if you guys find something you'd rather use in place of this, then I can set that up pretty much instantly.
Okay.
Do. Controlled by all players. There we go. Okay. As you exit the inn, you find yourself once again in the middle of a town square. To your right, as you walk out the door, there is a bridge over the river from which the town got its name. To your left, the town proper, shielded by a wall and a thick wooden gate leading off towards the north. There is a town hall, a small church, various living houses, and a couple of other buildings. There is a bakery, there is a small smithy, not an armourer, but mostly looks to have done farm tools. There is a general store, and across the bridge towards the forest, there is what looks to be a hunting lodge. It's a bit past noon. Even for a farming village, there should normally be more people abroad, but the streets are quite quiet. The odd person that there is, and you can see, steps quickly, looks at you, glances away, and hurries further about their business.
Ooh.
To the riverside, which was the inn, is there.
Riverside, motherfucker.
This looks nice.
A little unusual that the town's quiet, don't you think?
Well, it seems when children go missing, people get miserable.
Sounds like bliss to me.
I believe the hunting lodge is to the south, as is the woodland. If there's anything anybody would like to do, go around town. There is a small general store. I don't think they sell much that you might need. Capable adventurers such as yourselves. But yes, let's say second bell. About an hour from now, outside the hunting lodge. Sound good to everybody? I need to find a quiet spot by the river. I need to relieve myself. So you'll
Where would
walk
the
off.
hunting lodge be?
I didn't hear you.
Where would the hunting lodge be?
Over past the bridge.
Okay.
This help?
They do appear to be hunting lodges, yes.
Okay.
Although if you looked a bit
Oh.
more closely, this appears to be like a dwelling house. This appears to be a hunting lodge, and you might like walk through the door and see game hanging along either side,
Okay.
with a smoking chimney in the back.
Let's say we go head over the bridge. Sorry.
Does
Yeah.
anyone need to go to the
Oh, yeah.
store for supplies?
How much gold do we actually start with? I forgot to ask.
Not much. Let's say because you're level 2, you've probably had a bit more. So I'm going to say split this between the party. So you all have an extra 22 gold pieces.
I never actually did my gold.
It would be your background, which is about 5, plus whatever your cannon starting is, which is usually nothing.
So 25 altogether.
It depends.
27.
Sometimes you get an instrument or something.
True.
We'll go with 27.
I got an instrument.
I
didn't lie.
got the pan flute, yeah.
Okay.
I'll quickly.
I can't think of anything from the shop.
I'll quickly hop into the general shop and get myself a bird.
Nah, I don't need that, do I? I don't need a bedroll to sleep.
You don't. Bedrolls are mostly like theme anyway.
Okay, then I don't need a bedroll. I can hover, so.
Okay. I think hovering stops when you sleep.
Does
I
it?
think. Yeah. It is still
Oh.
technically a kind of active flight.
Okay, but I can sleep on a branch or something.
You can do that. And while it is a little bit colder, it's not winter or anything. It's like mid-autumn, maybe.
And my constitution is pretty decent.
Mine too.
So, is anyone heading about town or just heading straight to the hunting lodge?
Do you need anything, Dusk?
I go to the store.
Push through, there's a little bell that announces your entrance. It's a fairly small fronted building. Looks to have a pretty sizable back room, probably for storage. Middle-aged man, slightly larger around the belly, and a little bit pasty-faced, as though he's had a few too many ales in his life. Looks up, starts a little bit when he sees your horns, shakes himself, visibly steels himself, and walks up.
I would join in this tour. I just remembered something that could be useful.
Then, as he approaches dusk, he finally notices you.
The very
Gives a
behind.
little bit of a start again. Welcome, little masters and
I
big
follow.
masters.
I usually just imagine that wherever Rex's Robin goes, I follow behind her usually, because I don't want to be separated from her.
Well, aren't you just sights for sore eyes? My name's Thomas. What can I do for you? I'm going between different accents, like I'm Carolyn.
You'll run
Ah,
out of
that could be
accents
worse.
soon.
My name's Thomas. What can I do for you?
Thomas, I'm looking for some apples.
Apples. Oh, you're probably looking for the fruit market. But you know what? He'll open the back door. John, got a customer wanting some apples. Run to the market, would you, good lad? Just sent my boy.
Yes, go, sir.
That's where I landed when I was working at the accent. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm one of those people who
Dottie
can
tries.
kind of.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say I'm one of those people who can almost hold an accent until I stop speaking. Then it changes.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that Perdot would try to surreptitiously, discreetly pull a flower from her flower crown and put it like on the horn, or like glue it to the horn of Dusk if possible.
Dusk, would you try and stop this happening?
I mean, Dusk just
No,
lets it happen.
just using druidcraft to like make some vines with flowers twirl around one of his horns.
Okay. As Thomas turns back to you guys, seeing this happen, he'll visibly relax just a little bit and grin as he realizes his party are not troublemakers. They're just a little bit. They're pranksters a little bit, at least a couple of them. Well, now isn't that better? Right, pretty, are ya? Right. Apples on the way. My lad's getting them. Be 5 minutes. Anything else I can get for any of you?
At this point, Dusk kind of just snaps his fingers and the flowers go up in flames.
Well, now that is a neat trick. I could use some of that.
Did Dusk notice Thomas's reaction to seeing him when he walked in?
You're used to it, so I'll say yes.
Yeah. He kind of just smiles a little bit. Just enjoying the little sinister moment.
This is Dottie's face when he burns the flowers.
About this time, from the door behind you, a young boy runs in, maybe 10, 12 years old, carrying a handful of apples, 6 of them. Running past you to a man who's very obviously his father, Thomas, hands them over, and the older man pats the boy on the head, bags them up. It's a copper piece per apple. Hope that's all right for you. We're getting towards the end of harvest season.
He hands over the copper pieces and
Thank
says
you
thank
kindly.
you.
No profit for me in there, just the market price.
He throws in an extra copper.
There's profit in there for me now, thanking you. Right, the rest of you. Anything else this humble place can do for you?
Uh,
I don't.
Robin
trade
will
with
pull out her.
filthies.
Robin will pull out her tinder box. Put it down.
we have a more handy version of this.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you said there. Can you have some
Do
more?
you have a more handy version of this?
A handy version? Got a few different kinds of tinderbox. Ah,
Do you have one where flint and steel kind of are in one?
oh, a trail box. Yes, I think I do. Give me a second.
Small one?
He'll make his way into the back room. You'll hear the sound of
Tinderbox is what?
rummaging around. Tinderbox, I think, is normally like 1 silver.
No, I
For-
mean,
Tinderbox is
what?
what it actually is. A tinderbox is pretty much flint and steel.
I
Yeah.
mean, I can
To
make
start the
fire
fire.
for you if you want. Why do you need a tinderbox? As I make sparks with my fingers.
In case you're not around. Remember, we can't see in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
Which actually
Takes-
makes very little sense.
Takes less than 2 minutes as Thomas makes his way from the back room with a small, simple wooden box containing a trail box that you're looking for. It's quite nice, this one. It's nothing too complex, but 2 silver if you'd like it.
Fantastic. I'll throw in 2 copper as well.
Very kind of you. We need more of your sort passing through. The ferry trade, they're always so stingy.
Yeah, it's kind of usual. One other thing, or a few other things.
Yes.
I need a little bit of. I need a flask of oil or two.
A flask of oil? Aye, we can do that, yeah. Oil. 1 second. You'll dive back into the
How
back
much?
room.
How much? How much can I cover with 1 flask of oil?
It's a pint of oil, I
Okay.
think.
The idea is the following. I want to prepare some arrows that have a little basically just have a little like a little what's it called? The thing with the that's in candles.
A wick.
Wax? Wick?
No, yeah, the thing that is, I think it's the wick then. The thing you actually turn on fire.
Piece of strength.
Yes.
Yeah, the wick.
Add some wick to the tip of an arrow, and just make like a little, probably from nature or something, or maybe druidcraft something, like a tiny little bead or something that holds a bit of oil. So I basically have a shootable torch, not to set stuff on fire, just to create light.
Okay. Okay. I know what you're asking for then.
How many arrows can I prep with 1 flask of oil?
Depends how long you want it to burn for. Just a round, then you can probably prep 10. If you want it to burn for like a minute, you're probably using the whole flask for 1 arrow.
How big are these flasks?
It is a pint, isn't it? So, okay, let's
I don't know
say
what a pint is.
a fair bit. You know those little glass bottles of milk? Like the. Do you have the like traditional idea of glass milk left on your doorstep?
No, not anymore, but I know what you mean.
Okay, that's a pint, typically.
That's a lot of oil.
It is.
How does that burn so quickly?
I kind of realized it doesn't. I'd say you're probably going to get 4-minute long arrows out of a flask of oil.
Yeah, then I'll make for now 5 that just are 30 seconds, if that's okay.
Yep, that's fine.
Yeah, 30 seconds, 5 rounds. Seems good.
To get all the stuff you need to do that, so the wick, the string to attach it, you would know that attaching it to the tip's probably not going to work. You're going to need to attach it to like fly behind the arrow. Otherwise, you're going to like break it off as soon as you impact something.
Yeah. That's why I wanted to make it like druid crafted, so it's like made from a little what's it called, nutshell or something. Like something that doesn't just that has a bit, like, give it a bit of tug. So basically, like, a little bit behind the arrow head.
Yeah.
So when I draw the arrow, like I can mount the flint and steel thingy to the arrow, to the bow, pull back the string with the arrow in there, and just activate the flint and steel thing, so it exactly just hits the wick. Know what I mean?
What's triggering the flint and steel to create a spark?
It's the whole thing is mounted to the bow, so I just need to flick it with the thumb. That was the idea of it. So I have both in one. Pretty much how a lighter works, just in a bit bigger and more crude.
So I do want to say yeah.
I just it's basically just I need a wheel, like a metal spiked wheel, and the flint. That's it.
This is going to be something you're going to have to actually craft.
Okay.
Because you're going to have to make sure the arrow doesn't have too much pressure on it from one side and send it flying off into Narnia. Because you need a fair bit of pressure to create a spark.
Oh no! I'm not lighting the arrow on fire. No. I mean, I want to make basically have the wick go so exactly far enough that it stops behind the bow where I hold it, or in front of the in front of the bow where I hold it. So it touches where the flint and steel contraption thingy is, and then I can just flick the flint and steel fire thingy and spark.
Oh!
And it's already soaked in oil. I don't need a light, I don't need a fluid thing in there.
Okay.
It's basically,
yeah, I think
like a lighter, like probably the size of a lighter, just without the tank.
So you're not trying to have the pressure of the arrow firing.
Oh no!
Okay, I get what you're saying.
By a thumb flick.
That's fine. That's a lot easier and not reality warping. Gotcha. He's got the stuff that'll allow you to set this up, but it's going to run you to about 6-7 gold pieces.
That's fine.
He'll ask for 7.
That's fine. I'm happy to pay that. It's very useful.
Has Robin been playing with her arrows while talking to the guy, showing him what she wanted?
Pretty much.
Probably.
And she'll ask for another set of arrows.
Then Dottie will just ping one of the arrows and put light on it. Just to show her she can do that too, you know?
I know, little sister. It's in case you are not here.
But why wouldn't I be there?
What would I do? I don't know. Maybe we have to split up, or maybe I'm in a stupid situation because I snuck forward, but someone actually did notice me, which shouldn't happen usually, but who knows? Things can go bad. And then, I have to see somehow.
Oh.
Right, well, that's everything I've got, I think, to let you make that. But you've been good customers so far. Can I get you anything else?
Said another batch of arrows.
Batch of arrows. Okay, that'll be 5 silver for 10.
Ooh, that's steep.
It is reasonably steep.
Oh no! It's actually not. No, it's actually not. Never mind.
Oh, is it not?
10 gold for 20 arrows, I think, right? 1 gold for 20 arrows.
No, 1 gold for 20 arrows. So it's exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Please.
All right. He'll get you the 20 arrows and take the gold piece.
I druid craft him a little flower and give it to him. Have a nice day.
Thank you, and you too. Stay safe out there, wherever you're going.
Oh, we're going to see
Look
what the
at the
mist.
children.
That too. But there's a mystery afoot.
Oh, are you here with that famous guy, the author?
Who?
Oh, the author. Oh, what's his name? BB or something. The ghost hunter.
Oh, him.
Oh.
I didn't know he was an author. I thought he was just a. I don't know. What's the word I'm looking for,
He was
Robin?
just writing books. We thought he was just writing books.
No, I thought he was like
Ah,
like a ghost hunter or something. Not an author.
No.
He's both. Our town master
Ah.
has a few of his books, and he sent him a message asking if he could come help with this. Well, with the disappearing children.
Yeah, we're helping him.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
We're
Oh,
here as the muscle. And he shows a muscle.
Oh, apparently he's a bit stiff-lipped, but if something happens and you want to tell the story, I'll get you some people in the riverside, and yeah, if you're good at telling stories, you'll have an eager audience, especially if you bring their kids back. They'll worship you.
Let's do our best.
He'll start chattering to himself as he waves you all off.
Yeah. Anything? Anyone else need something?
I'm good.
No, I've got what I needed.
Then let's head over.
Did you say it was this one?
Yes.
Beep, 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 beep.
Very accurate
you-
moving sounds.
Can you? And I wonder. Can you like toggle and untoggle the grid for different maps, or is it either on or off?
I can Sorry, if you want to be off the grid, just hold Alt.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Didn't know that.
Ah. Wow. There we go.
Yeah, I use it a lot when I'm like picking around the corners. So I'm like just on the
You
corner.
walk up to. Yeah. Same. You can do the same as well if you're measuring. You can use Alt to stop snapping to the grid.
Huh.
You walk over the bridge. The river is flowing quickly underneath you from east to west towards the sea. A small farming cart passes you. The driver, an aged man, maybe in his 60s, with one old-looking, tired pony. The cart seems empty, and they seem to be heading into town.
Oh. Are we,
The
are
hunt-
we, do we speak to the?
You can if you like.
Hiya.
Afternoon, outsiders.
Hi.
I don't know where
Where are you off to?
that'll do.
Off to the warehouse,
Where's
and
that?
then in town.
Where did you come from?
Where did you go?
I'm Cotton Eye Joe. I knew it. My son's farm, southeast. What you all doing in town? You don't look like the normal traveler sort.
What gave you that impression? Oops, sorry.
Well, I don't even know what you are. Or you. You'll look at Dot. I know what you are. He looks at Ezra. And I know what you are. He looks at Dusk.
I
Don't get many
make
of your sort
some
around here
more
except you.
flowers appear on his horns.
That is downright creepy.
I thought it was cute.
Dusk takes a step towards the traveller
Rude.
and gives the pony an apple.
Because you can't judge a book by its cover. He'll like you for that.
I really can't. You should learn that.
River God's blessed on all of you. At which point, the pony that didn't really stop, it moved its head to bite the apple out of Dusk's hand, rolls off into town, and he gives you a little stiff, almost arthritic wave.
I wave. Can I, for flavor, make my hand a little bit smaller than the rest of my body as I wave at him back, so that he can't see that I'm waving with my middle finger up.
Sure.
Why?
Cause he was not nice to Dusk.
Dusk wouldn't take it personally.
He came around.
She turned back away from the old codger. Just now emerging from the hunting lodge is the elven man Yannick. You'll see you all give you a low hand wave. Doesn't raise his hand too high, just a there you are. He looks past you, sees the old guy, cringes a little bit. See you saw old Jeb. Don't take him personally.
Not that unusual.
Where's that purple fop? He's looking around and seeing Belkin isn't with you.
That's the word I was looking for
He said
before, when we were describing that man. He was a fop or a dandy or something.
Yep.
I'm
What?
doing this in character because
he's
she
a
was
fop.
looking for the word in character.
A fop, a dandy, a fool,
Yeah,
a colourful tart.
he
yeah.
said he quickly went to the river. I could check on him real quick.
Right. Well, he'll look up. We don't want to be going off any later than this, really. He'll look past you to the other side of the bridge, where trudging his way from the other side, almost a little bit bow-legged, is Bormos. As you can see, a slight skid of mud down his left trouser leg, and the backs of both of his legs up to a little bit down his waist appear to be slightly damp.
Mood. Oh, he did a weed,
Bow-legged
didn't he?
and
He fell over.
It would seem that way. Makes his way to your. Sorry, I had a bit of a slip. The riversides are a bit steeper than I expected.
Yeah, we can see that.
What was the elf called?
Yannick. Allow me. I'll put the names in.
oh, good. I was only wrong about one letter.
All right. Well, you can walk that off, eh?
Is Yenak, sorry, in here?
He's about where you guys are right now. He
he's with
was
us.
leaving the lodge when you guys arrived, so he's joined you.
Okay, cool.
He's currently carrying what looks to be a long walking staff and a backpack, as well as a couple of other tools and instruments you might recognize as hunting gear. He has a bear trap, and he has a short bow strung to his back.
Are we
Right.
ready to go?
I'm ready.
I'm ready when you are. The shack's about 3 miles from here. We'll hopefully get there within an hour. Do what we need to do, then get back before it starts to get dark. We want to be back before 8th bell. There's enough wolves out there that we do not want to be out during the night, unless you know exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
You'll hear me?
So at this point, before we set off, I would like to use the inspiring leader thing. So I could have done this actually. Takes 10 minutes.
We can just
so I
keep
choose
walking
6
while you're doing
friendly
it.
creatures. Yeah,
Yeah,
just by the
walking.
time we get there.
A walking oratory. Yeah, well, you've got an hour of walking to get to the place, and it's going to be a good 15 minutes to the edge of the woods anyway.
Okay, so on the way to the edge of the woods, I'll do that then. Do or do not, there is no try.
Okay, so that will be, what is your charisma mod?
It is 3.
So 3 temporary health to everybody.
5 level plus your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay, that's a lot stronger than I realized. Cool. 5 temporary health to everybody.
Yay!
Yeah.
Okay. Walking off past the river, the land slopes upwards slightly, as ahead of you, a large sea of trees washes from almost the edge of the water, geographically, right up to the edge of the mountain ranges. You're not quite in the Grey Peak Mountains, but you're just a little bit west. But it's of the same stone that got those mountains its name. Grey, almost a little bit slaty, chalky. Soil underfoot is a little bit damp. It has rained in the last few days, but and the mountain water seems to drain towards the river, so it will be quite damp for a good couple of weeks after the rain. Towards the woodland, there is a pretty simple but effective enough travel path that, as well as heading in your direction before curving off away from the woods, also curves to the north as well as the south. Seems to be a bit of a trade route. As you travel, would someone please give me a perception or survival check as you wish?
I
I'd love to do
nominate.
that.
Yeah. Nominate. What was your name?
Perception.
Robin.
Or the owl. That should be
Oh.
decent. I wouldn't say I should be decent. The owl has advantage though.
I had advantage, okay.
Yep.
In hearing and sight.
Yeah, I'm just trying to click it.
No worries.
I'm gonna take that 9.
Oh. Gosh.
Okay,
Oh boy. Great start.
so you're heading out towards the woods.
She's flying
Very
like
nice.
60 feet above us.
Ahead of you, you'll start to hear yells and calls and just a little bit of panic in their voices. There seems to be a small caravan. One of the wagons has capsized, and something has fallen off. That something is flailing. And
Boiling.
because we are past the halfway point, I think if everybody's all right, it's a good time to take a break.
Cool.
How long for?
15 minutes.
3 minutes.
We play for 3 hours roundabout.
At least 3 hours. If you guys want to
Okay.
go on, I'm good to do that. But as just a general
Should-
rule,
Today, 3 to 4 hours would be great.
Let's do 3 and then see how we feel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
If it is a bit of, as I said, between 3 and 4 hours is fine. Like we don't have to stop mid combat, for example.
Yeah. My only concern is walking my dog. Maybe at like 10:30 at the latest in our
3.5.
UK time.
Well, how long
Yeah.
do you have to go for a walk?
Can take anywhere from 20 to 30 minutes.
that's cool. I'll also offer, if you'd rather take a longer break, we can arrange that as well.
Yeah, then you could go for a quick walk now, if you want.
Is he ready for a walk?
No, I usually take him
It's too
at, like,
hot at the minute.
yeah, usually like 9:45, 10 o'clock-ish is when I take him usually.
Gotcha.
Let's do till 10, like planned, see how we feel, because I have to work tomorrow.
Okay.
Okay, be back in 15.
Okay, it
Bye.
is currently... Yeah, it's currently just before 2:45, so if we're back for just before 9. I'll
Yep.
see you guys then.
See
Bye.
you soon.
Still in a bit. Yeah, I think I'll keep music from Divinity in the background. In addition.
Nice.
Yeah, Divinity Original Sin 2 just has such a nice soundtrack. So good.
The original Sin 1 also does. I listen to that a lot as well.
I haven't played it. I never played it.
Why not?
I wanted to play it with a friend, and he was just. I wanted to play it in multiplayer as the friend, and he just said, "Nah, it's fine. Nah, he doesn't want to play the one." We played together number 2, but do you know Divinity Original Sins 2 pretty much in and out? Have you played it multiple times or?
I've never played 2. I've played 1, but I never finished. I just like to explore things.
Oh,
I mean, I get lost
I've never
and
played one.
and I never played
2
2.
is quite complicated. I'd be up for it sometime, though at the moment I'm already busy with a few other games.
Hmm.
Final Fantasy 14 when I have not much is around, and at the moment I'm very much in the mood often for Mass Effect Andromeda.
Yeah, I love Mass Effect.
I finished
as
the
a
Mass Effect
general.
trilogy.
Yeah, I love Mass
I've
Effect
finally
Andromeda.
finished the trilogy.
Cool.
I
So,
finished the trilogy for the first time, and
yeah,
do you want to know which ending I chose?
which one?
I was asking, was that your question, pretty much?
It was that, but also if you said which love interest you wanted to have, like, who did you choose?
I played Femshep,
Hmm?
so I could not take Tally because Tally would have been high on the list as well. But I took Liara.
Nice.
This is a really cute romance, and I took the end. Like I took one of the quote unquote good endings, in that nobody needs to die other than me. The problem is I need to die.
So synthesis.
So I have to. Yes, synthesis.
Yeah,
That's the best option, honestly, I think.
that was my
The guess
first ending too.
is I managed to. I made peace between the Geth and the Quarians. I helped a guy fall in love with an AI.
Yeah, I mean, why would you
created AIs
destroy
formally.
just as they started their new lives? Why would you
Yeah.
destroy them?
Yeah, that's just wrong.
Yeah, that's why I
So, since it
chose
was because
Synthesis too.
and Control I didn't like. Control I didn't like because not enough. But I think it's Synthesis feel more right, and Control is what the Elusive Man wanted. And nope,
Yeah,
sorry,
but on
we're
the
not playing that game.
yeah, but on the other hand, with Control, when you control the Reapers, you can basically protect the whole galaxy with them from
That's very much
external
true.
threats, and you can decide
That's very
you
much
can
true.
control them
But
to help the galaxy, like with repairing the mass relays in quicker than you
yeah, but you can also
yeah.
but you can also do that with Synthesis and so much more.
Mm.
Yeah, with Synthesis, the Reapers and Organics work together fully. They used to combine knowledge of all the previous cycles species together.
Mm. Yeah, but there's also the problem of not misem. I mean, sorry, that was my Slovenian word in there. On the other hand, now that I've played it through a lot of times, seen my friend play it through a few times, and the discussions we've had, Synthesis, there was no consent. She just decided I'm gonna synthesize everyone, but not everyone. No
That's
one
true. That's very
had the
true.
choice in it. Their choice was
That's
taken
very
away.
true. Okay,
I
I
mean,
gotta
they
I
all
gotta
have
say
their
one thing.
pluses and
Yeah,
minuses.
yeah. Though there's one thing I have to say. If I would become, if by Control I would become an AI, but would in some sense still be me. Not just my knowledge, but also a lot of the rest of me.
Hmm.
And I could create another body. And which you pretty much could, in theory.
Yeah,
So I take control of the Reapers, but I'm not just gone from the galaxy. I'm still there. I'm helping with the Reapers. I'm not just defending.
yeah,
I'm not just defending the galaxy. I'm everywhere a bit, helping out, and I can still protect Liara.
true.
Then I would definitely take control any day.
I went with Garrus, and
That's the
I
type.
don't know. I tried others, but I guess I'm faithful to Garrus. I cannot seem to choose anyone else but
Garrus is
Garrus.
great.
Garrus, I love Garrus.
Garrus is great. Garrus is great.
He's
On my
such a
second
badass.
playthrough, if I play it again, I'll romance Garrus, because I realized I cannot take the English male shepherd's voice. I just hate it. I don't know why. I just don't like
it's
it.
not. I don't know. It's not good.
It's not bad, but it's just so bland.
Yeah.
It's so stereotypical. Soldier, who is just soldier. Traits, soldier. Background, soldier. Features, soldier.
Caden.
Wait, where is it? Where is it?
Caden is such a whiner. I hate him so much.
Personality traits, soldier. Ideals, soldier. Bonds, soldier. Flaws, soldier. That's pretty
True.
much the male shepherd.
Yeah. And the goodbye.
Yeah,
I should go.
yeah. That has also the femme shepherd has that, but the voice is at least a lot more, just a lot more interesting.
Yeah, she really puts
It's a lot more varied.
all of her.
It's not just like someone who is reading a script.
Yeah, she put all of herself into this character.
Yeah. Fantastic.
So I just have to wait until they bring a mod for female, like for lesbian romance more, so I can romance Tally as femshep.
Yeah.
I just can't take male shepherd. I just can't.
What about Andromeda? How far in are you?
First planet.
Ah.
Still working on that.
Okay.
Like I can go to the next planet now, but I'm working on finishing up everything on the first one.
Yes.
I'm back.
At
Hi.
least as far as possible.
Yeah, as far as possible. But
Welcome back.
have you met any of the aliens yet?
Yep. And on my first playthrough, like I'm very, very torn. I think I have not. At least I think I did not have to make a choice yet. I'm currently flirting with PB, of course,
Mm-hmm.
but also with what was her name? Got the name? I haven't read it or Vetra.
Ah. They're cool.
Because they're both really cool. I'm really not sure which one I want to take.
You're playing as a male or
PB is
female?
super female.
Ah. Well, let me know when you come to a certain other alien how you feel about them after that.
The program?
No, I'm not gonna spoil it, but tell me when you
Okay.
come to another alien.
Will he be a party member as well, or what?
Yep.
Oh. Ooh. Curious to see.
Let me know what you think of him when you get to know him better.
Will do. I'll have to see if I really. But goddamn, Liara's romance was really good. You know what bothers me the most about it?
Yeah.
That was not enough.
Same with Garrus. It was not enough.
Seriously, it just feels like you're saving the like. This feels like only like Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Everything pretty like every part you play, at least in total, is like happens within like a week. Like all the parts you play, like yeah, there are like breaks in between each, but like the parts you play from start to finish all together feel like it all happened in 1 week, which is a bit of a shame.
Yeah, it can seem like that, but I think it's like maybe a few weeks in the first one and the second one.
It should, yeah, it should be, but it doesn't feel like it
Yeah,
because
it just everything
you're
is
starting
going
a
on.
romance, but you know, but everything is like, there's so much happening, but the romance is like just a few tidbits here and there, and that's it. Like that's not how a romance works.
Yeah. That's why I usually
One
take
should
my love
talk a lot
interest
more.
everywhere so I can get the most dialogue out of them.
Yeah, though I didn't take a love interest in Mass Effect 2. I was faithful to Liara.
Yeah.
At least it did pay off in the Shadow Broker DLC.
It did.
And it was kind of adorable how Shepard just before the big fight where you usually would have your knight with your special one just looks at a picture of Liara.
Yeah.
That was cute. Yeah, I hope Andromeda has a bit more to offer. Like a bit
Hello.
more fleshed out romances. Like the
It
romances are great, but just not fleshed out enough.
it does. At least the one I chose has a really nice romance.
Hey, Luke.
You did not choose PB or Vetra, right?
No.
When do you have to choose? Like, I noticed you can flirt with them a lot.
You have to
Like you can
flirt
flirt
with
with all of them at
them
once.
a certain amount of times, I think, and I think you like in Mass Effect, you have to do their personal mission before you can romance them, I think, or at least some part of personal mission.
I see.
Are we back?
I need a little bit quick second. I need to quickly check a voice message. You boy.
I'm gonna quickly eat something.
Can you hear my fan?
Not really.
Is it okay?
Nom, nom, nom.
Can anyone hear my fan as well? Now that I actually have one.
No.
Nope.
Oh, good.
Mm-mm.
Okay. Things went a little bit differently to what I was expecting, so I've just in break also had to write a stat sheet for Yannick.
Oh, why did you not think he was coming with us?
No, but then I thought, well, that really makes sense for him too, so he has a stat sheet now.
Is he really overpowered and like has lots of healing spells and
No.
what? Why would you do
He's
this
probably
to us?
a first level ranger, would be my guess.
He's a slightly buffed scout.
Let's go.
It's an NPC.
Oh.
Can you do a barrel roll?
If
Probably.
you put him in a barrel roll, definitely.
Barry, I'm leaving that one to you.
Nah, we're not that mean.
That means you're putting him in the barrel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next, can we have 1 more minute? Because my friend likes to just always use voice messages. And yeah, guys. Okay, never mind. She deleted it.
Okay. So, before we went for the break, the owl had heard and noticed. You would have heard, the owl would have seen a caravan
If
where one of the wagons has capsized a little bit, and a large cage that was obviously being carried on the capsized wagon has fallen off, and something inside is currently flailing and attempting to break free. And I'm going to pull you onto the map.
Be
Sorry, what were you saying?
prepared.
I'm surrounded by idiots.
I'd like to sneak up into the tree line.
What is that?
I'm going
Please make me a
to
stealth roll.
I'm going to fly up to my owl, like just in the air, not to my
I think
owl,
I know what this is.
and make her hide, like over here in this tree.
Where are we?
Okay.
Ah, there we are.
What is
I think I know what this is. At least out of character. I know what this is.
What are you doing there?
I love that thing.
Oh! I copied him twice. Oops.
So we'll have come from this path, right?
Yes. You're heading into the woodland and the footsteps of the mountains. So as you can see, terrain has gotten a little bit more rocky.
Oh god, I don't know if they're friendly or not.
Well, barring the thing that's in the cage, the horse that is currently here is hooked up to the wagon that's fallen over, and seems to be. This horse is hooked up to the wagon that's fallen over, and they're currently trying to shy away from the thing.
Okay, and it's in a cage.
It is in a cage, however, visibly,
Oh.
the cage is breaking.
Okay. Can we move or are we in initiative?
You can move for a second, depending on how close you're going to get, as
Yeah.
these guys appear entirely distracted by attempting to contain it.
I'm gonna attempt to just like get here
Just rush ahead.
and then just like call out to this guy and say what what's going on?
Z sees you, ducks away from a long, sticky tendril that lashes out from this creature, steps back. Dodges another tendril. Help!
Okay.
Do I know what this is?
If you are proficient in
Nature.
Arcana or Nature,
Nature.
you may roll one of those.
Oh, I'm rolling shit.
You've heard of weird creatures. This creature appears to be a kind of elemental, rather than an animal itself, but what it is specifically, not really.
Okay. I'm gonna say, do we need to? Are we restraining it, or do you need us to put it down?
Restrain it, but... And Zeal step back from another swing as this woman who had been holding onto a rope has another tendril lash around her throat, drags her up, snaps her neck, and tosses her to the side.
Oh, lovely.
Kill it if you have to. I didn't tell you that.
Okay. In
And
we
at this
go.
point- At this point, the bright, almost turquoise shell on its back pulses.
Uh-oh.
Starts to light up, almost like a filament heating up, brighter and brighter and brighter. And as it does,
Oh no.
Ezra,
Yeah.
Robin,
Uh-oh.
and a lot of the guards. As we start initiative, would you please make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh shit.
Nice.
You're fine.
Wow.
Okay, Robin. As
That's
this
really bad.
light starts to hypnotize and confuse you, your mind just goes blank. Oh boy, that is a lot stronger than I realized. As you are
Yeah, I
stunned.
figured. I know what that thing
Um,
can do. That thing is tough.
You are stunned until the end of its next turn, which will be the second turn of combat.
Oh, yeah, initiative.
Do you know what you're doing, Richard?
I
Oh,
think so. Did I do it?
Yep, you did.
is
Okay, that should be
it
the card.
I go last.
Dex
Oh, no.
tiebreaker.
Oh, I still go before the giant snail. Great.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, you really do. I'm actually just going to leave that as it is. Because I rolled the wrong things. So the snail should have the nat 1, but it's not going to. Because I fucked up, and I'm going to own it. Okay. Is that everyone? Oh, Belkin.
I just slightly fall down onto a tree, onto a leaf.
Okay, Robin, until the end of its next turn, which is going to be the end of this round, you are stunned.
Yep.
Which means Yanak, who doesn't really know what's going on, so he's going to hold his action. Peridot,
Yeah, I'm
with Ezra on deck.
just gonna throw a firebolt at it.
Okay, you look towards this thing. The
Oh
light
no.
blazing from the back of its shell is really bright. So while the light persists, you have disadvantage on your attack rolls against it.
Oh no.
Ah. So
Okay, it's getting more and more ridiculous.
nope. I probably not.
Nope.
Yup. Okay. Would you please roll me a d6 as the magic firing out towards this thing starts to warp and flick?
Okay.
May I say what it is? The name of it?
You may.
It's a flail snail.
It is a flail snail. Um.
I love that thing, but oh boy, it's a pain to fight against.
Okay. Peridot,
Yeah.
would you please make me a regular firebolt attack? No
Just-
disadvantage.
Okay. It was on 18.
What do you know?
It was a what?
It was on an 18 and then turned to 5.
That's actually good. That's actually good.
It is, as an 11 will whip around, spin around the top of the snail just for a second, and then whip straight back towards you, grazing past your cheek.
Yeah, it missed me. Thank God
As
for
it
my
reflected the
12
spell back at
AC.
Yep.
Yeah.
Have you got anything else you'd like to do?
See if I have any bonus actions.
You should always cast Mage Armor when we go out.
I do not have. I don't think I have mage armor. No, I don't.
Okay. Oof.
I'm just gonna tell my owl, like, to hide herself or something. Message it.
Okay. Ezra, you're up. Dusk, you're on deck.
I'm gonna attempt to charge over. 5. I'll just try and hit it with my longsword.
You are at disadvantage, but you are welcome to go ahead. Lashing out, still gets caught in the remnants of the cage. It's just sliding off to the side.
That's my turn.
Okay. Dusk, you're up. Belkin will be next.
I'm gonna try and cast Eldritch Blast. Would
Okay.
I hit Ezra along the way?
So, unless something spectacularly bad happens, you aren't typically going to be able to attack your allies.
Okay.
As long as there's only like... So, okay, it's a good time to actually go through this. If you're attacking something that is the same size as you are, so the same token size, you can attack it without any penalty through one creature. If it's through a couple of allies, you'll get a bit of cover as you're making sure not to hit your ally. If it's a creature that's larger, so you can clearly see it over and around your ally, you can usually hit it through 4 or 5 allies without a problem. As long as it isn't, like, wide rather than tall, which this isn't.
Okay. So I shouldn't really have a problem then.
You are at disadvantage, as this thing is blinding.
Let's give it a go.
And would you please roll once more. As for disadvantage, you roll twice and take the lowest.
Quicker way of doing it is, when I told you to make them tabs up where it says advantage, normal, and disadvantage.
Yeah.
If you click disadvantage and then roll,
Oh, yeah.
it does it like mine.
I'll do that
Or
next
just-
time.
Yeah.
Okay. So the bolt would have hit, but the warping effect and the slight difficulty in focusing on this creature's whereabouts, you hear your Eldritch Blast slam into the metal and scatter off. And would you please roll me a d6?
No.
Okay, what do I need to type to roll the d6?
/roll space 1d whatever. So you can do like 2d10, 1d20. You can even do like 5d7.
Thank you.
Okay. So the Eldritch Blast ricochets off the metal cage, gets caught in, unseen to most of you, a nebula swirling around the color of the shell. Swirls and bursts as a thin shockwave washes out. Okay. So, Wood, Ezra, Wood, Robin,
God damn
and
it.
Wood, a lot of the guards, please make me a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution?
That-
Oh.
It's a 22. That's a crit again.
God damn it!
Am I okay?
I'm rolling just shit.
Okay,
Why did you throw this at us?
Ezra,
Yeah.
you will take 3 points of force damage.
3 points.
Uh-oh.
3.
Robin, you will take 6 points of force damage.
Yeah.
The guard behind you, Ezra, will take the full amount as well.
Uh-huh.
The horse will take 3.
Okay, good.
The other horse will take the maximum.
Oh.
And the normal woman, who appears to be a merchant, will be blown back, slammed into the tree, and die outright.
Oh no!
At this point, you'll hear the crack of an arrow as it ricochets off the shell inside of the light, as Yanak loosed his arrow, but didn't meet the AC. Anything else? For Dusk, anyway.
No, I'm going to stay put.
Okay. Belkin's up, then the snail, then... all the guards are basically standing... two of them are not. Okay, Belkin. Gonna panic a little bit. This is not in his area of expertise. So he is going to... He is going to attempt to cast Sacred Flame on the snail. Snail. That's actually a really good call. I didn't realize that. Snail has crap dex. So the snail fails with a -2.
Nice.
And will take a whole 2 radiant damage.
Yeah. Why did you throw this at us?
It's a random encounter.
Did you check for what level that is supposed to be?
You're level 2.
The flail
We'll be
smell is
fine.
quite rough.
It can be. Okay.
Half a party are casters, and we're 4 people.
Seeing that not work as well as he wanted, Ezra,
Yeah.
a sphere of protective energy will start to form around your body as he will cast Shield of Faith on you.
Okay.
You have +2 AC for the duration.
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, its turn. Okay, it is going to start its turn by trying to smash its way out of the cage. So, first flail attack will hit the cage, deal that. Second flail will fail to do any damage to the cage. Third flail. Okay. After the 3 flails, it's able to claw its way out of the cage and hurl the cage to the side.
Hey boy.
It has 5 flails on its head, so it is going to attempt to attack Ezra twice as the nearest target. It's a 14 to glance off your armor,
Yeah,
and a 16 to glance off your armor.
nice.
As it's like, jing, jing, smash, smash. Then, I'm going to lick Ezra.
Oh no.
The end of its turn, the bright light starts to fade from its shell, as the guards are no longer stunned. Robin, you are no longer stunned.
Oh boy.
These guards are not having fun, so they're going. This one's going to run in. This one's going to run. Oh no, wait, no, he misses his turn.
They like dying?
And this one's going to run in. Well, they have a job to do.
Yeah, true.
First one misses with a nat 1. Second one misses with a 13. As, yeah, overall, it was not a particularly damaging round. The horses are going to back off on this turn as much as their restraints allow. Robin.
I'd like to... How high is that here?
Up there, it's about 15 foot of rock.
I'd like to move up. Like, can I get like up to here? Probably not up to the thing, but a bit up, like 10 feet up or something.
Sure.
Maybe around here. And yeah, that should hopefully be enough. And yeah, why not? It'll be fine. Draw my bow and arrow and shoot an arrow.
Go ahead.
Disadvantage, I guess.
Not anymore. The light has faded.
Ah. Ooh. Then how about the creature has seen me, right?
Mm-hmm. It has seen you.
You know what? Still. How about where do I wonder where I can do that. Do I have a thingamajig for that? Sharpshooter, there we go. I have a sharpshooter. Let's hope I roll a bit better. No, I don't!
No, you don't.
I wouldn't even have hit with the bonus.
True. As
I'm rolling such shit!
you try and take aim, as it swirls towards Ezra, raises its hardened shell, the arrow glances off the shell and ricochets off into the trees, almost hitting one of the guards.
Fucking hell. What am I rolling today? Have I rolled anything above a 10? No. Initiative. Initiative where I was instantly blinded and stunned. God damn it.
Okay. Anything else on your turn?
Bonus action. No, that's it.
Okay. Your next turn. He is going to pull another arrow and attempt to shoot the thing. Peridot, you're up. Ezra, you're on deck.
Yeah, I am going to
The arrow-
use
Almost.
my free use of Fairy Fire on it.
Okay. What is your saving throw, DC?
14.
And where are you centering it?
You can put it somewhere where it doesn't hit anyone else.
It's 20 feet.
Okay, so one guard.
Yeah.
The guard, nat ones. He is lit up like a Christmas tree.
Sorry.
The snail itself, 14.
Oh, that's safe.
Yeah.
You meet it,
No,
you
no,
beat
no.
it. Not?
No. I was checking the DC of it. So it
Ah.
needs to roll a 17 and it has advantage. 12, 11. It will fail and be lit up like a cup.
Nice.
This is me.
Okay. As Paradox Fairy Fire lands and illuminates this snail, Ezra, you are quite sure of where to strike.
Bonus action, I'm gonna cast Divine Favor.
Okay.
So, and then I'm just gonna take a normal attack against him with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with advantage, yes. A 16 will almost glance off its shell, but end up glancing back into its body and slam straight into the flesh. That is a hit.
So 10 damage and then a D4.
Yes.
Nice. Big damage. Huge.
Okay, as your blade slides off the shell, up its fleshy torso actually lops off one of the 5 flails.
That's it.
Okay. Dusk, you're up. Belkin will be next.
Just thinking what spell to cast.
Now I'm hearing wind from Misty.
Sorry.
No worries.
It's cool.
Could I cast Hex on it?
That will be your bonus action. You certainly may. Is there a skill check you would like to hex? Give it disadvantage on?
Do you think Constitution would be a good one?
Checks, not saving throws. Checks.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So it's things like stealth, so it's things like acrobatics,
My
athletics.
best suggestion for that is with most enemies, not all of them, but most of them, strength checks.
Yeah.
And right after that, I'd go for dex.
Okay. We'll go with Strength.
If you have someone who's very agile looking, like a rogue or something, go for dex. Otherwise, go for more burly things and most monsters and such, strength.
Right. Yeah, I think this thing doesn't look like it's very
Agile.
acrobatics.
You think?
Agile, that's the one. Yeah, I will go for its strength checks.
Okay.
So I cast this.
It is hexed.
Okay. And then do I roll 1d6 for necrotic damage?
No, that'll. So whenever you hit it with an
Yeah.
attack roll, you deal that damage extra
Right.
for an hour to this creature.
Okay.
But
So
you
this is
can
yeah.
attack it now, right?
Yes, because this is your bonus action,
Yeah.
you can still use your action to cast a cantrip in this case, or a regular attack if you'd rather.
So can I cast Eldritch Blast again?
Yes,
With
It's not
advantage.
disadvantage this time.
With advantage.
Advantage.
with advantage. Yes, because it
With
is lit up
advantage.
with
Oh.
fairy fire. Grip support, really powerful.
I was sadly out the first round.
A 22 will cleanly hit it straight in the face.
Nice. I roll 1d4.
If you click the damage, So if you click the word Eldritch Blast in the chat box.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. So that is 8, and then you'll deal an additional 1d6. And what I'm actually going to do for you is this. Do you see in your on your character sheet below your attacks, you've got a box called Global Damage Modifier, and you have Hex. If you tick that, and then whenever you roll another damage roll, it will automatically add it in. So, for example, there.
Oh yeah.
But 12. You shoot out, manage to catch another of the flails at the stem, and send it flailing off, pun intended, into the tree.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Do you have anything else you'd like to do? Any movement or anything like that?
I'll stay put. I seem to be out of its range with its flails.
Okay. Yeah, they seem to have a decent range, but about 10 foot.
Yeah.
Okay. Belkin, then the snail, then the guards, then Robin. Belkin is going to try Sacred Flaming it, so it's going to take a saving. Okay, now I have to roll a d6 because it will pass.
Oh,
Okay. Ezra, guard, horse, guard, commoner, guard. Constitution save, please.
oh boy.
Oh, that's not good.
Okay.
Close range and castles is that these just don't work well.
Okay, this human man is blown back into the tree and dead outright.
Ugh.
This guard here, the one you talked to start with, is blown off his feet and collapses. The two in close range both manage to resist the shockwave. And Ezra, you will take 6 points of force damage
Okay.
as one of the horses will try and shield the already dead woman's body, take the brunt of the blast, and hit the floor.
No! No! The horse would know that she was dead.
Seeing this happen from his own magic, Belkin shudder back just a little bit. Oh dear. And he's going to... Ezra, you'll recover 6 health from a healing word. Okay. Snail's turn. Okay. Snail is going to see the guard lit up and attempt to flail it. Probably a good thing that was on the guard, not you. It hits him straight across the neck. Critical hit.
Oh no.
Full. Yeah.
Yep.
Snaps it like a twig.
I'm sorry.
The other 2 attacks are going to go on to Ezra. The 25
Oof.
and a 23.
Oh shit.
Wait, he has advantage on him or disadvantage?
No, neither.
Just really high rolls.
So that is this. So the first one will slap you, Ezra, for 5 points of bludgeoning damage. The second will slap you for another 4. Okay, that's the snail's turn.
How many flails has it got left? 4.
3.
3. Okay. Okay, the flail guys.
The riding horse is actually going to try and break its bonds, but not be successful. The guard, still there, as the wagon master is currently avoiding combat. He's actually going to pull a dagger and attempt to throw. He hits. 1 damage.
Well done. Wait, what? 1 damage?
1 damage. He has 10 strength. It's a
10
D4.
dexterity?
Yeah, he's a commoner.
Damn it. Or commoner. Yeah, commoners die when they hit when they stub their toe twice.
Pretty much. The guard, however, has a big spear with advantage. That's a nat 1. That's a nat 2.
Oh.
Robin,
Oh.
as the guard tries to stab the snail in the arse, doesn't realize the shell is strong.
I will fly up over here, and with a high vantage point now, maybe over here, there we go. And with a high vantage point, and the thing glowing, I will attack again with a sharpshooter.
Go ahead.
Come on! There
20.
we go.
20 is a hit.
Huh? Did I turn on the sharpshooter?
So that makes it a 15.
Oh, I have to turn it. Yeah.
A 15 will fly straight for the middle of its head
Oh, damn
as
it.
its shell raises up and catches the arrow, sends it flying.
Bastard.
Just
Why am I
missed it.
rolling such shit?
Yeah, that's a 13, and that was your best roll besides initiative.
Yeah. And the other one was a 10. My rolls are such shit. I'm cursed here today. Oh,
Yep.
fuck. And I would be the one, I think, with the most damage output against that thing.
Yeah, that would have been 20 damage.
Yeah. Well, shit.
Okay. Seeing things kind of... Yep,
I'll,
you're done.
I'll just like get a bit behind there to break his vision.
Okay. It doesn't seem to notice you.
Yeah,
Much.
figured. That's
Throwing-
very little.
Throwing his bow down and drawing... he'd already drawn his offhand, he'll draw his main hand short sword. Yannick is going to charge in. Seeing you succeed with the flails. Attack 1 with advantage. He finally gets a hit. So... triggering his sneak attack, he will do 12. And slice off another flail. Trying to backhand with an offhand. He will just glance off the shell, as it is down to 2 flails.
At least there's that.
As it starts whining. Peridot.
I'm gonna shoot with a crossbow.
May I do one small thing, like just right in the middle of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yell out at like just yell out at yeah, like at everyone down there.
Why the fuck were you transporting one of these? Why?
Crossbow is a direct hit.
Come on, roll it. Where do I roll for damage?
You can click the word crossbow light.
I tried, but it didn't. So that's 6.
6. Okay. With other damage combined, that is enough to catch and rip off the 4th flail, reducing it to 1.
Okay.
Woo!
Do you have anything else you'd like to do, Peridot?
Oh wait, 60 feet. My owl. Yeah. Can she do a flyby? Like, I don't know. Let me see. Flyby attack?
Flyby stops it taking opportunity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't take an opportunity attack.
Yeah.
So it can swoop in and out.
Yeah, let me fly by over it and then attack it with talons. Is that possible, or is
Okay.
that 2 actions?
No, flyby is a feature. It's
Ah.
not actually an action.
Okay, so fly by over it and then make a melee weapon attack with talons.
Go ahead. Let me see if I actually have an owl sheet. You have it. A 20 will hit.
So that is.
How is everyone
What is
hitting
the-
better than me?
So what is the damage? 1 slashing damage hit.
1 slashing damage.
Yeah.
Yep, 1d1. It will take 1 damage. The owl scratches it across the back of its slimy head.
Well done.
You get a telepathic message. The owl needs paying more to touch things like that.
What? Sorry?
Nothing.
I didn't hear you!
You get like a telepathic message from your owl bond.
Mhm.
You need to pay me more if you want me to touch things like that.
Will do! I know your favorite food.
Cool. Cool.
Cool.
Okay, so that's action and bonus action. Do you have any movement or anything you'd like to do?
No, I'm good where I am.
Okay. Ezra.
But yeah, she's
is down to one
I
flail.
think it's like over here somewhere.
Okay.
If what does flanking give you? Is it just advantage?
It is, which you already have.
Right. Okay. I don't need that. I'll just take another swipe at it. No.
As it's reacting to the scratch on the back of its head, spins around, shoves its shell in front of you, which takes the sword hit.
I can't do any in.
What is going wrong today?
I mean that's it. I don't have any other bonus actions.
Okay, Dusk. You're up.
So, for my bonus action, I will cast Healing Word on Ezra. Do I need to click his counter to do that? Or...
No, if you just click the word healing word, and then he'll have to adjust his health based on that.
Nice.
That'll do, donkey. That'll do.
And then for my attack, I'll cast a cantrip, Toll the Dead.
All of that. Very well. So DC 14. You'll probably want to click the other one because it's wounded.
Oh, yeah.
So
Oh,
take the 6.
Take the 6.
Oh.
Oh boy.
So 2. Okay. In nat 1s and nat 2s, failing the save. As your bell rings out, kind of black tarry mucus starts to seep from its mouth and from the ends of each of its flails. The 5th and final flail shudders and goes limp. The rest of its body retracting almost like an elastic string back into the shell. It's like if you've like an old school Pokeball, it starts to wobble and like reverberate on the ground. As...
You also have to press B.
No. In this case, it begins wailing. A high-pitched, keening wail washes over the ground and probably can be heard for half a kilometer.
Oh no.
Do I still roll for the necrotic damage from Hex as well?
You do not. You need to roll to hit to get hex.
Alright.
Yeah. Whenever you.
Yeah, sorry, it was different.
Yeah. Whenever you.
It's fine.
Not when you deal damage, but when you hit with an attack.
Okay. It now has total cover within its shell, and over the next 19 minutes will slowly die.
That went well,
Oof.
I think.
And now that I've seen what it can do, can I buzz down and just try to check again if I know what it is exactly?
I would say if you knew what it was, you would have recognized it. They are quite unique.
Bro, damn it.
It
Damn it.
retracts into its shell and starts to wail.
Can I smash
The
it?
wailing. You can
What do you have to think here first?
try. The shell is described as being incredibly hard, and it has total cover.
Even
So
in the
it's-
hole?
Even in the hole, yeah,
Okay. But it's definitely gonna
No,
die.
no, no.
it is dying, and the keening wail starts to slowly die off to almost unhearable within a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Before those couple of minutes are over, flying over to Dottie. Can you hear that thing a little bit?
Yes? You need healing? I don't know how to heal.
Do you not?
No, I don't know how to heal.
Oh no. Oh no.
Who did you want to heal?
The snail, I think.
Why?
This. Ah, okay, now. I just went really on. It's wailing!
The poor thing.
It's just killed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men and a horse.
You realise it probably wasn't there by choice.
Do you think you would have restrained it and got it back in the cage alone?
No! But now it's dying. We can keep it from dying and set it free.
I'm just gonna walk away. To this guy.
Robin will buzz over here. This guy.
The man you're approaching is kind of slightly tall, just under 6 foot human man.
Okay.
A little bit overweight, but not too bad. Wearing fairly well made cotton travel clothes. Seems to have a bit of money. The sort of man who's probably wearing travel clothes but wears something nicer at home.
Hmm.
Mopping his brow a little bit as a visible wave of stress is currently leaving him.
Where were you taking this thing?
I have a contact in Waterdeep. I was collecting valuable specimens for the brawling arena.
Ah.
Oh, do you work for the circus?
What's that?
No. The arena is not strictly legal.
Take it. Can you please heal it now and let it fucking free? Nothing.
I would love to heal it. It's worth a great deal of gold to me. But with all of its flails dead, its brains are in those. You would need some very high level magic.
And you shouldn't take creatures from the wild.
It's not a biological creature. It is an elemental being. It doesn't have the same feelings.
Oh, it doesn't. It wasn't just really hurt badly, wasn't it? It didn't wail because it was hurt, surely not.
It
It
has
didn't wail
some.
because it was dying.
He'll gesture over. You have a hunter among you. Hunting creatures, trapping them for sport and for food.
This is not for sport.
Yes, it is.
What is wrong with you? Hunting is not a sport. Hunting is necessary for survival, and necessary maybe to clean up evil that comes from other planes.
Oh, so you don't have trophies?
Of course not. She was really angrily around him, like the buzzing, like the buzzing on, like on purpose, really loud.
Peridot just
I appreciate
flies
the-
over and starts playing her flute and just humming a little bit, trying to calm the situation down. I have a feature.
Appreciate the idealist. The idea. Yep.
Yeah.
Calming.
Anytime, any place feature.
The human is fairly calm. It's your sister that isn't.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying
Yeah.
to do. Calm my
I
sister down
appreciate
like
the idealism. But idealism and yes, often comes with naivety. He'll turn to Ezra. Thank you for your assistance.
You're welcome.
Would the assistance come with any benefits?
Polar opposites, I see. Idealism, pragmatism. He'll reach into his pocket, rummage around a little bit, and pull out a small, not particularly heavy leather pouch. It's what I have on me at the minute.
Insight check.
Go ahead.
No.
It appears to be what he has on him at the minute.
Take it.
He'll hand you a pouch of 5 gold and 6 silver.
Hey.
By the way, I'm just saying, you want to have the moral high ground here, and you literally just said it was for an illegal fighting arena.
Oh yes, the arena is not legal. My trade absolutely is.
Also to that arena. Sure.
Oh, I will not be officially selling to the arena. I will be selling to my contact, and he will be doing with it whatever the hell he damn well pleases, because that's my business.
Just kind of interjects at this point, and he just says, "The creature is better off dead than in the arena. I think we spared it a fate."
Well, perhaps.
Observer. So, you're probably right. She'll buzz over to the creature and pet the shell a bit. Poor thing. Calm it down.
Poor thing killed almost my entire entourage.
You fucking caught her in the first place!
Yes,
Your own fault!
and I was told that the sedative would last another month.
And who told you that?
The dealer, who I will be heading back and having words with.
I'll attempt to bring. How big's this car? Is it able? Can we push it back up, or is it too big?
Oh no, you can easily push it back up. It's like a flat-topped cart.
Okay.
Probably be
Okay,
designed to carry the cage intentionally.
Can we move the bodies onto the carts?
You certainly can. And noticing what you're doing, the other guard will help you.
I start playing the pan flute like a mournful song for everyone who passed.
Also the snail.
Also for the snail, for everyone.
And then I'll attempt to go and get this horse. Can I free it from this one and attach it to this one?
You can, but this horse is currently wounded. And is currently shying back.
I don't really want to use a spell slot to heal a horse.
Belkin will
Okay.
see your intention, walk up and feed it an apple. So you'd like to make an animal handling check with advantage.
Oh god. Yep.
The horse is now your friend.
Come
Aw.
on, horsey. So I just attach the horse to this so they can take the dead back to wherever they're going.
Okay. Seeing what you're doing, the other guard will hitch up the third wagon to the back of the second one. Yeah. So this horse is now going to be pulling 2 wagons, but they're empty.
Mm,
And they're not actually that heavy, not without any luggage.
Cool.
I'd like to fly back to the man and just look at him sternly, just sit down in midair, cross my legs and my arms, like.
all right, listen. Idealism, just because I think it is wrong to do such things, doesn't mean I don't know that those things are happening. I know there are illegal fighting arenas. I know there's a lot of shit in this bloody plane. That doesn't mean I need to be happy about it.
No, and it doesn't mean I missed the fact that you could have ended the fight more easily and saved some of my people if you could have hit the bloody thing.
Shut up! You didn't have to deal with that headache.
True, I don't know what that was.
It's bloody pain in the head.
I just fly over to my sister and just start patting her on the head, trying to make the headache go away. Come on, calm down.
Just because he called me naive. I'm not naive. I'm just from a different plane. And this, I know there are many things wrong here. Doesn't mean I condole them.
During this time, the other guard and Yanak have been talking quietly. As this is happening, he'll nod to Belkin and walk up behind you, stepping over the dying snail.
Sorry, you just that guy just hit a sore spot.
That's fine. That's cool. No,
That guy-
then that makes sense.
That's very much in character for her. She was like her backstory pretty much. I shouldn't thoroughly talk about the backstory, like that part of it. Nah, fine. Backstory is she was in an academy for extraplanar and general mischief, pretty much. Like God damn it, forgot the name. Necro. What was the word again?
Necromancy?
Thank you. Necromancy. Like she's mostly schooled in that, but she also learned like the class was like that was just her specialization. But there were classes all about elementals, all about fae, all about fiends. What to do with them? Because they should not really be in this plane usually, and when they are here, they should be secluded and not. They should not cause havoc, but at the same time, they should also not be mistreated. Kind of this whole ranger thing, literally.
Fair enough.
Like, as she also said, she doesn't hunt for sport. Hunting is a tool meant for survival. And she's mad that he is mad at the snail because the snail just fought for its own life.
Walking up behind you, Yanak will kind of place a placating hand on Dot and on Ezra. Alright. We've done what we have to here. Looks like they're set up to head off, and nothing more can be gained positively from fighting, physically or verbally. Shall we go our separate ways and never see each other again?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That works.
Very good. And I hate to say it, we hunters do keep trophies. They aren't necessarily for the same reason, but we all take something with us from the lives we lead. It's, well,
I wouldn't
human
necessarily-
nature.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a trophy. I do have teeth from beasts I have slain, but I carry them with me as a reminder. Not as a trophy.
Call it what you will, it amounts to about the same thing. Depends on who you ask and why you do it.
The why is important.
You'll look to the wagon master. We'll be leaving now. Those in these lands don't look nicely on those who imprison creatures for sport, however. So consider this a friendly warning to make yourself scarce. The wagon master will nod, shrug a little bit. Kind of a similar reaction maybe to something Dusk has had to put up with a few times in his life. Get onto his wagon, lash his horse, and they will move off.
As he moves off,
Silver.
Peridot will cast Prestidigitation on him to make him smell real bad. No, minor illusion to make him smell real bad, but not to himself, so that he cannot smell it, if that's possible.
Is that possible?
Then just make him smell real bad,
I
like.
don't think so. But... yeah, if you can spell it, that's also fair.
And then she just flies up
Uh,
onto the treetops to be with her owl.
Can you do smell with minor illusion?
Let's
Oh,
check.
No,
no, I
sound-
can go with prestidigitation.
Either minor
Just
sound
or
illusion.
yeah.
You can do it with one of them.
Yeah.
Okay, as he's like riding off, shudders just a little bit as he starts to notice, smells his arm, shakes his head, slumps down just a little bit, as though riding through a patch of really potent manure. He's not going to have a fun minute or two. As just as he rounds the corner, you won't see this, but he'll get off his wagon and check his pants.
I mean, around
As he was just
the
very
corner,
scared.
around the corner, I still see him, and I use prestidigitation. No, minor illusion to create some poop on his pants.
Not that corner, I mean like round here, and he will go a fair distance if he does.
Ah, okay.
Because he doesn't want you to think he's pooped his pants.
Okay.
But they will leave.
Were we heading this way?
Yeah.
You were heading to the west. They were heading from the west.
Okay.
Yeah, I think his real fault really was just like calling Robin for her idealism naive. That was a very bad combination of words.
It's what he would probably do in that position.
Yeah, and that's how Robin reacted to her position.
Fair enough.
No, I'm not saying that was a bad thing. That was a fun encounter.
Good. It was interesting. Been a while since I've run one of those.
You've never argued with a fairy, huh?
No. Alright. As you pass this little pseudo valley, let's call it, between two raised bits of rock, you start to enter the forest proper. And around this point, Yanak will hold his hand up and direct you to like the start of what looks to be a hunter's trail. So he'll walk up to it, call you over, and show you the prints that are still visible in the slightly damp soil that he thinks to be child's footprints.
Right.
This is what we're trying to follow.
Would I agree with him?
Anybody who's proficient in survival may make a check.
Finally.
You very much agree. That's only a 14.
Yeah, true.
But you very much agree. It appears to be a small, human or humanoid, could be an elf or a dwarf, set of footprints. The prints kind of lean a little bit heavily towards the heel, suggesting a slightly younger developing center of balance. You're pretty sure this is a human child.
Anything regarding how old they are?
That is really difficult to tell, especially for a child.
No, not how old the child is, how old the footprints are.
Oh, okay. 3 to 5 days, you'd think. As you look, overlapping this is a second set of prints.
Well, it would be a lot easier than with a grown-up, because grown-ups are pretty much the same feet size and weight from like 20 to 70.
Yeah, you could like tell if it was like a 3-year-old or a 10-year-old, but like a 7-year-old boy versus a 13-year-old girl.
Yeah, that's very difficult.
But you'll actually notice something Yanak didn't, and that there is a second set of prints, slightly more recent, maybe 2 to 3 days. A little bit bigger. Fitting quite neatly with the idea that about 5 days ago a girl went missing, and 3 days ago a boy went missing. This is Theatre of the Mind, by the way, there isn't a map.
Well, isn't that odd? Look at those footprints.
And they leave.
There
Are
was
they
not
like the same
Yeah.
size as mine? As Peridots, or? Because I am the size
The
of a child,
girls
right?
are a little...
Yeah.
Yeah. The girls are a little bit smaller than yours. The boy's a bit bigger. But pretty similar. And seeing what you're pointing at, Yanak will lean down and nod and agree with what you're saying.
I'd say it's quite interesting that they follow basically the same path. Almost step for step.
Yeah, you're right about that. It's not script.
We should definitely go check this out. Keep following those.
Alright, well, you've got keen eyes. If you want to lead, I'll take the rear. And keep on things from the back. How's that sound?
I hop.
Alright.
I
Or
hop.
you could help me.
I hop up on Hootie's back. You wanna join me, sister?
Sure. Mind helping me out here?
We can all
Alright,
scout
better
ahead.
than one.
Yeah.
Well, so you aid me, so I get advantage. What's the idea?
Yeah.
Do you have proficiency in survival?
Oh,
I don't.
But you have jack of all trades, don't you?
no.
So let's say if you're helping with something you're not proficient on.
I meant
In?
my owl.
Oh,
Perception checks.
okay.
Yeah, I can help with perception.
So, what is the travel order? Yanak is taking the back.
I'll go at the front.
Me and Robin
So you're going at the front.
are going to, for flavor, change our size to tiny so that we can both sit on my owl. And the owl is going to be flying like 60 feet up in the air.
Yeah. Robin is basically always tiny.
Okay.
Like, just that's the flavor.
Okay.
It's
As
always
you-
tiny, but with
Then,
more
then, then,
mechanics.
then I'm gonna do the same
As you
for
shrink-
flavor.
Okay. Very good. Okay, so you mount the owl and... Oh, God. The owl's a tiny creature, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, we can't ride on the owl. But is it a tiny creature?
It's
Yeah,
a tiny
probably.
creature, yes.
Alright, I'll
It
check.
can carry me, though.
Yeah.
It can carry you, yeah. Not
Yeah.
mount.
Not mount?
But to be fair, as long as the owl doesn't fly faster, we can just basically like play like we're mounting it, but we
Yes.
hover.
So, like, you can't use it as a mount by the definition of that because it's too small, but it is strong enough to carry you.
But for flavor, can I
So for out,
can I go up to the side
Yeah.
that she can carry me? Like, or I don't know what, so that I can mount her with my
out,
size.
you can't get smaller than tiny. But what I was going to say was, out of combat, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
She's just carrying you on her back.
Yeah.
You are luggage rather than a rider.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like the rescuers.
And while
Yeah.
we're flying, I'm
Okay.
feeding her favorite snacks. Like, what is it? Like nuts maybe, or some dried fruits that I have in my backpack just for this.
Nice.
I mean, she eats mice too, but she prefers nuts and dried fruits too.
Okay.
Before we march on, can I do one last check?
What are you looking to do?
Because we're after a sort of ghostly entity, could I see if whatever led the children into the forest has left a sort of spiritual or supernatural trace?
You can attempt to look for that, yeah. If you'd like to roll an Arcana,
I can help him with that. I am proficient in it, so
then you get to roll with advantage. Okay. Looking around, looking for telltale signs, lingering feelings, you don't find any. If there was something supernatural involved, then either it's faded completely or it was on the child and left no trace.
like possession.
That could be one of the things, yeah.
Very
Ooh.
possible.
Robin will take the lead, just like for following the trail.
Okay. Takes you about, as promised, another 45 minutes of travelling to make your way deeper into the woods as the camber of the road still slopes upwards, continuing to follow the hunter's trail. About 30 minutes from your meeting with the flail snail and the caravan, Yanak will guide you to a little cut off from the trail, heading more north than west now. And then the following 15 minutes, continuing to find the odd bit of child footprint here and there, the soil being a bit more disturbed further into the wood, but you're still able to find the odd trace with a 20. You make your way into a clearing. Ahead of you, a dilapidated wooden shack.
Do we see anything?
You see this?
I would be.
I see very little. Is it
Yeah.
that dark?
What's this?
It is dim. That is a bush.
It is dim.
Dim, but it should be on daylight mode, isn't it?
I
I
only
can
see
only
5
see
foot.
the.
I don't see anything.
I see a lot.
Okay, there we go. I can
That's a
see.
fix. It's maybe 3 p.m. It's not that late.
But it's not super dark yet.
You're in a clearing in the woods. The sun is banking in the sky, so it's not that light, but it's definitely light enough to see
Yeah.
clearly.
Yeah, the sky usually like holds light for quite a while.
To the north and the northeast of the house, there is the skeleton of an outbuilding. It looks to have been a kind of like farm barn or something. Now it's just wooden struts holding up a badly damaged slate roof. You can see completely underneath it.
Where do the footprints further lead?
About the point where you enter this map will be where the footprints leave their last trail.
In which direction?
They were heading towards the shack.
That's over here.
That is this building.
Okay.
Over here.
Let's that. Oh fuck. That way. There we go.
I'm gonna walk up. I'm gonna.
Is there
This way.
anything Peridot and Hootie can
No,
see
I'm not. I'm not this way.
from the air?
What are you looking for?
Anything that is not supposed to be here? Anything spectral? Anything about kids?
Go ahead, make me a perception check, please.
Okay.
Can I see any windows?
You cannot see any windows.
Can she make the perception check with advantage?
Yes.
Because Hootie. Yeah.
Okay, so me with advantage or Hootie with advantage?
Your pick.
Let's see.
Actually, I'd probably say Dot, because you're looking for several things specifically.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Your perception should be pretty decent.
It's +1.
What?
Same.
I mean, I'm not very wise.
You're a druid.
No, I'm not. I'm a fairy sorcerer wizard.
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, you're a
Fuck, fuck,
sorcerer.
fuck.
I don't know why I thought you were a bard.
Sorry.
Duh.
My brain went. I don't know
Yeah,
why my
I'm not
brain
a
went
healer.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Looking
Sorry.
around, this shack, despite how dilapidated and worn down the wood seems to be, it's still fairly well sealed from the outside, so you can't see inside it. The same goes to you, Ezra. There are no windows. Flying around, this seems to almost be a black spot in the middle of the woods. No birds fly within a few hundred meters. You don't get the feeling of any creatures, rabbits, even worms within that radius.
I'd like to fly up to like 60 feet and just with a bird's eye view, check how the roof and everything. What is going on here?
It's a slate roof similar to the outbuilding that appears to be fairly well intact. It's as though the outbuilding has been neglected for 50 years, but this only for maybe 1 or 2.
Anything behind the shack?
You're welcome to fly around and look around, but you will not see any creatures.
From up here, from the bird's eye view, I should very easily, like I don't have to.
Yep. You don't see anything.
Can I? I'm not stealthing, but like trying to just move. I'm just worried that they're gonna break underneath me.
If you put your foot on them, they do indeed creak and start to bend, but they don't break.
Okay.
I cast mending on them.
Okay. If you were willing to spend like 10 minutes, you'd be able to fix them up to be completely secure.
Do you want me to? I'm asking. Do you want me to fix those
Um,
stairs?
I mean, you can. We're not in a rush. We're here.
I
Cool.
don't think that will really help much, but you can do it.
They might creak less, maybe.
As you're tiptoeing around and working your way forward, Yanak behind you kind of catches up to the lead of the group, having been like staying behind maybe 20 foot to make sure nothing's tracking you or anything. Looks up and down, shudders a little bit. This is Matilda's. I've been out here in years. And at the same time, Belkin is rubbing his hands together, even more excited than earlier. It smells like bad spirits. Yes, this is what I came for.
Weird.
Thank you. I would rather be weird than normal.
I just want to go slowly to the door and like just put my ear against it.
Okay,
Can I hear anything?
please make me a perception check. Put your ear to the door creaks a little bit, just from even that little bit of pressure. And on the inside, you hear the scuttling of little creatures, but that's about all.
Okay.
And then he can hear a mournful melody, like a little bit of faint musical notes.
Why are you playing music right now?
I'm using prestidigitation to make you hear it.
No. Guys, I can hear a mournful melody.
Yes, I think we all can. I like it.
I don't really want to run in here guns blazing.
Does it like how big are the like how much room do we have to go to get in there?
The door's about 10 foot wide, and the shack itself looks to be about 20 foot high.
The walls are still sturdy.
The
Or
walls are
is there
sturdy.
like windows or something?
No windows.
No window.
None at
Chimney?
all. No chimney.
Oh,
Oh, I know,
I'm
there
gonna-
would be like a little tiny smoke vent at the back. But even that's really small.
how small?
Yeah, how small?
Small enough that you can try and slip down it, if you wish.
Is it as narrow as an inch wide?
Not quite so narrow.
So
But
we
blocked
can
up
squeeze
by-
through it.
You can try, though you can't see all the way down.
Oh, I was gonna say, can you try and see first before you go in?
Pretty clumped up. We need to be careful.
I'm gonna ask.
Front door might actually be the best option at the end, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Yanak.
Yeah, yep.
What would he advise currently? Do we just go in, or
He'll look at you a bit boss-eyed. Why are you asking the hunter when there's a ghost hunter here? I hunt living things, and I'm not going in there.
even if we go in?
If you go in, I'll follow.
Okay, good enough. I'll ask the ghost hunter the same question.
Oh, from my experience, you can probably just walk into the front door, unless we wait until the witching hour, or do something to provoke it. If there is a ghost, it probably won't show its face.
Okay. I'm gonna attempt to open the door.
The door will budge under your touch. If you'd like to push it open, you will be able to.
Okay. I'll hand Dottie an arrow. Can you turn the tip into light?
What?
Was that a dot?
Dottie,
Yes?
can you light that tip for me?
Sure.
Thank you.
I flick it and cast light on it.
Okay. Zezra pushes the door, revealing a pretty dark interior. Are you shooting the arrow in to illuminate?
Not yet. I put it back in my
Quiver.
Currently, I put it back into my quiver, but that is like separate spot.
Seeing Dottie do that, I'll cast light on my shield.
Okay. Like a torch beam projecting forward. The door will open, and you'll be greeted by this.
Oh, shiny!
Nothing in there.
The door opens. You hear the scurrying of a few rats diving in underneath the ruined floorboards, and nothing else.
Okay.
As you can see on the map, the dilapidation continues inside. While the structure is sound, as you can see now, it's made from pretty thick, what looks to be oaken wood. The floors are thinner and have started to be worn away by... They look to have gnawed edges, almost like rats or wasps have been eating at them. Thick spiders' webs, not like giant spiders' webs, just normal spiders' webs that have been allowed to get completely out of hand. Kind of fill each corner, and then also cover the opening between this door and the chimney room, what looks to have been a dining room. Slightly broken, moss-covered table. It's the main ornament in the far room, a pile of fairly dry-looking, well-cut logs sit next to an old and blackened fireplace. The floor creaks underneath your foot, but as you can see through the wear and tear, the underfloor is still pretty sturdy. If you jumped up and down in heavy armor, it would break, but if you don't do that, it won't.
Okay. And just one step in. So before we get into any combat, Richard needs to go and walk his dog.
Which means this is a very good place to end session 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, thank you everybody, and I hope it's been an enjoyable session.
It was.
Yeah, we made it to the creepy cabin alive.
I thought we were gonna die at that snail.
I was worried a bit too.
Yeah.
Little snails are evil.
Barely broke a sweat.
Coco?
Yes.
I have totally forgotten. How will payment be handled?
That's a good point. I'm making a new channel to cover that.
Thank you.
Cool.
Is it okay if we pay like during or after the session or something? Because I often forget. Like one day in front is just like I totally forget it always.
Any day from now before next session. It's cool with me.
Cool.
Okay. I'll usually do it right after the session.
Yeah, I usually do it that way too, unless I
I'm
completely
terrible.
forget.
I'll DM you for instructions.
Okay.
How do we do that?
Let me see if I can make a payment link.
Why 9.99 and not 10?
Psychology. $9.99
Seems
looks like
cheaper.